Let's see, I've got a wool sweater in case it's chilly, a summer suit in case it's warm, the umbrella's in the car in case it rains. Oh, Martin, I'm worried.
Why? You're prepared for anything short of a monsoon.
No, I mean about the kids.
All right, we won't go. I'll call that hotel and tell them to tell the 300 out-of-town newspapermen that I'm not going to make the speech.
Martin, will you be serious? I mean, do you think that we can really go off and leave Patty to supervise Ross?
Do you think that we can leave him to supervise her?
Well, I just don't know if she can handle him.
Well, she'll have to learn. It's an old family tradition. After all, nobody thought you'd learn to handle me. Come on.
Well, all ready to leave?
Yeah, I hope so, Kat.
Where's Ross? I haven't said goodbye to him.
Well, let me see. He was here a minute ago. Oh, I know. I saw him riding on his skateboard.
Hi, all set to hit the road?
All set to hit the ceiling, young man. How many times have I told you no skateboards in the house?
May I, Papa? Well, it's getting a little chilly out for this time of year, isn't it?
Huh?
I mean, if it gets any cooler, we might have to light a fire.
Give me that.
From now on, any wood in the living room that is not strictly furniture is strictly kindling. Dig?
I dig.
You see, Papa? It's all a matter of child psychology. Right, child?
Oh, brother, what a weekend this is gonna be.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, the hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
don't forget to put the empties out for the milkman and leave the money for the newspaper boy in the letterbox.
We will, Aunt Natalie. Have a nice trip.
Yes, dear. Oh, and don't forget, in case of emergency, Aunt Martha's number is in the phone book.
You told us. Goodbye, Mom. Have
Goodbye,
a ball.
darling.
Mom, down with that speech, Papa.
I'll do my best, honey.
Oh, and we're going to be at the Cumberland Hotel. Now, do you
You
want
wrote
to
it
write
down 4 times.
All right, sweetheart.
Okay,
Good
now
boy.
don't worry. There's not a thing to worry about.
Yeah, the warden will take good care of us.
Now, that'll be just enough out of you, young man. You just keep busy and stay out of trouble. Which reminds me, that mess you made in the basement last week, I want you to quit stalling and get that cleaned up before we get back here tomorrow.
Just put it out of your mind, Papa. He'll do it.
Oh, and one other thing, darling. I
Natalie,
forgot.
please.
Oh, all right. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
nice
Take care of yourself
Drive
now.
carefully.
Yeah,
See ya.
See, I told you Patty could handle Ross. She'll have him eating out of her hand.
You mean out of her fist, don't you? She seemed awfully rough on him.
Yes, dear. Come on, let's get in the car. I'm sure Patty will handle him with kid gloves.
What are these for?
Time to go underground, little mole.
Huh?
The mess in the basement you're supposed to clean up, remember?
What's the rush? I've got all weekend.
Now, you're not going to stall me like you do Mom and Papa. Get moving.
Will you get off my back?
Ross, I hate to pull rank, but if that job isn't done by this afternoon, there will be no dinner for you tonight.
You mean you'd let me starve?
Ross, I just had to put my foot down.
But why on my neck?
Look, Ross, if you expect me to slave over a hot stove all day, the least you can do is stop stalling and get to work.
But I'm not stalling. I've got an appointment
To do what?
to play chess with a guy. So if you'll excuse me.
Wait a minute. I mean, you invited somebody over here without telling me in advance?
Why? So you could put him on the work squad too?
Ross, you're pressing me. You really are. Okay, we'll let the basement go. For now. But one thing I'm going to insist on is that you clean up your room before you start playing.
Are you kidding? And let Billy think I'm the maid around here? Hi, I got the chessboard all set up.
Great, let's go.
Yeah.
Ross! Remember what I said about cleaning up your room? Ross, did you hear me? Ross!
Checkmate. Boy, are you ever off your game?
Who can concentrate? It's like living in Stalag 17 around here. Oh, Pinhut, here comes the sergeant.
Very funny. Bed not made. Shelves not in order. Room not dusted. Ross, what did I tell you about straightening up your room?
I'll do it. Can't you see I'm busy right now?
I'm warning you, I'll be back in 5 minutes, and I'd better see some progress. Excuse me.
Regular dictator. Today she rules the house, tomorrow the world.
There'll only be 2 places for lunch, Kathy. Really, Patty, don't you think you're carrying this thing a little too far? If you'd been a sister as long as I have, you'd know the only way to a lazy brother is through his stomach. Well, it's D-Day H hour.
Oh, it's no use. I just can't concentrate. Maybe I should give in and tidy up the room just a little.
And let your sister think she's got the upper hand?
Well, what else can I do?
You gotta use a little muscle.
Like what?
Like the next time she pulls any of that jazz, well, do what I do. Run away.
Thanks a lot. I like it here.
Well, I don't mean really run away. You just tell her you're gonna run away. It's all a snow job.
You don't know Patty. She doesn't bluff that easy.
She will if she's anything like my sister. You tell her you're cutting out, and she'll get so spooked, she'll be eating out of your hand for the rest of the weekend. It's your move.
Okay, I hate to do this in front of you, Billy, but I'm sorry.
Hey!
There will be no more games until this room is completely straightened up.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll tell you, Patty, if you don't lay off, I'm gonna run away.
Oh, really? Where?
I don't know, but if you don't get off my back, I'm gonna go someplace.
Oh, well, suit yourself. Oh, well, and to prove there's no hard feelings, I'll make you a nice lunch.
You and your big ideas. Now what do I do?
Well, you can't give in now. You gotta get through with it. Besides, she's just bluffing. You'll see.
He's just bluffing. You'll see. Can I have the liverwurst, please? Patty, don't you think you're pushing Ross a little too hard? Kathy, one of the first things you'll have to learn about bringing up children is that when they threaten you, you have to call their bluff. Well, what if he is serious? What if he does run away? He'll come back. How do you know? He hates liverwurst.
I'm going.
Pardon?
I'm running away.
Oh. Goodbye.
Well, nice meeting you, Patty. I gotta get going.
Oh, yes, nice meeting you too, Billy. Look, why don't you come back in a few days? Maybe I can give you Ross's new address.
Well, I guess this is it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
See you around.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you around.
You said that already.
Yeah.
Ross?
Yeah?
You forgot your sandwiches.
Oh.
Have a nice trip.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you around.
How are we gonna start that again? Now, don't you worry, and good luck, and be sure to write once a week.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hey, I forgot a few things.
Oh. Oh, good. The weather should be nice in Alaska this time of year. Oh, I'm so glad you're taking those. You might want to arrest a polar bear.
This time I'm really going. I'm pretty sure I haven't forgotten anything.
Well, if you have, we'll send it to you. Air freight. Happy skiing. Hello.
Hello, dear.
Oh, hi, Mom. You in Atlantic City already?
Well, not quite, but we just thought we'd stop off and call.
We thought.
What I called about, dear, is if Mrs. Ellis phones, be sure to tell her that we'll be home by tomorrow evening.
You told her that yourself yesterday.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Well, anyway, as long as I have you on the phone, how is everything there?
Oh, just fine, Mom.
Ross isn't giving you any trouble, is he?
Oh, no. Handling him is like child's play.
What'd you have for lunch?
Natalie, this is a toll call.
But my 3 minutes aren't up. Let me say hello to Ross before I hang up.
Ross?
Yes, your brother.
Oh, Ross. Yeah, I'll get him. I hope. Ross! Oh.
I knew it. You want me to come back?
I don't care what you do, but Mama's on the phone, so get on the phone and tell her you're fine.
Hey, you know what Patty did? She packed me a lunch and then
What he meant, Mom, was I made him some delicious sandwiches for lunch.
she threw me out of the house.
What did Ross say? Patty, you're not being too hard on him, are you?
Oh, no, Mom. I'm treating him just as you would.
Don't believe her.
Well, goodbye, dear. And don't forget
Natalie.
to keep up the good work.
Yeah, Mom, I will. Goodbye.
Don't hang up, Mom.
Ross, sit down.
What for?
I think we should have a little talk.
Oh, boy. Someday you're gonna make somebody a terrible mother.
You're so immature. You know I wouldn't let you run away.
Why not? You've always wanted my bedroom.
That's beside the point. How do you think Mom and Pop would feel if you told them that I let you run away?
I don't know. Why don't we ask them? Let's see. It's the Cumberland Hotel.
They're not there yet, and they won't be there for hours.
Okay, I'll call after 6. The rates are cheaper, and I can complain twice as long.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, yes, I would.
Ross, that's not fair. Couldn't we work this out together?
You mean you'd do anything just so they wouldn't find out?
Well, of course. They're depending on me.
Okay, well, I'm a reasonable man. You treat me right, and they'll never have to know anything. You can start by hanging up all my junk. My snowshoe, my coat. Oh, yes, my handcuffs. And then also, I can unpack my bag and clean up my room. You know, this might turn out to be a pretty nice weekend after all.
Good morning. Or should I say good afternoon?
Please knock.
Well, here you are. Breakfast in bed, just as you ordered.
Let's see now. Toast, honey, jam. You forgot the peanut butter.
Oh, I am sorry. I'll go get it.
Hold it. What's this?
Scrambled eggs.
I hate scrambled eggs.
But,
No buts. Fry 'em.
Ross, I am not going to
Yeah?
take longer than a minute to fry your eggs.
And I'd like chocolate milk, not plain.
Yes, dear. Will there be anything else?
I'll let you know.
That does it. Get your own breakfast.
Okay, I will. Down at the bus station.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Ross. I was only kidding. I'll have your fried eggs in a minute, and your chocolate milk and peanut butter.
Just can't find decent help these days.
I'm telling you, Kathy, I don't know how I'm going to get through the day with that little ankle biter ordering me around. I don't think it's safe for me to go over to Laurie's and study. Are you sure you don't want me around for protection? I'm sure. There's no point in two of us living under the whip.
Hey, let's get with those eggs. Let's have a little service around here.
Why are you letting him blackmail you? Because I don't want to let the folks down. And you're afraid he'll run away again. That's right. And this time he'd stay just to spite me, the little fink. I'm sorry, Patty. It's ruining your whole weekend being chained to Ross like this. Yeah, it's one big drag. Hey, Kathy, that's it. Well, goodbye. Have a good time and tell Laurie I said hi.
I told you, knock.
Here's your breakfast, and if you don't like it, you can go down and make your own, and then you can clean up your room and get on the basement like your father told you to.
You'll never learn, will you? And if you think I'm just threatening this time,
Oh, I don't think you're just threatening.
and you're going to let me run away,
No, I didn't say that.
try and stop me. Oh, boy. If you don't rate some kind of prize for this.
Pretty clever, huh?
Just about as clever as I was 2 years ago. When I lost the key.
Hello, is this the Eagle Locksmith? Oh, good. I wonder if you could make a house call. You see, I'm stuck... yeah, I know it's Sunday, but this is an emergency.
Well, it's 0 for 5. Look, if you're gonna turn, would you at least make a hand signal or something?
Sorry. There's gotta be some way out of this thing. Hey, do we have a Hackney saw?
That's hacksaw. No, we don't.
Well, let's go buy one. Ow!
Stores are closed.
Then let's go borrow one from the Marlows. Will you take it easy?
Brothers and sisters should be close, but this is ridiculous.
For inspiration, today's progressive journalist has only to look to the
There's
dynamic...
no answer.
Oh, well, maybe they went out.
Out where? They weren't planning to go out.
Then they made an unplanned trip. Today's progressive journalist has only to look to the dynamic founders of this great nation of ours. Nobody was home?
Oh, don't worry about it, dear. They probably just went out to the market.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. In the same way that our forefathers dedicated themselves to principle, regardless of personal consequence. You sure you had the right number?
I think I should know my own phone number.
I guess. We must dedicate and rededicate our efforts. Only in a decadent society is the pursuit of personal... See, why would they go to the market? You left plenty of food.
Honey, will you stop worrying?
Who's worried? Personal gain at all costs, so common as to be considered a run-of-the-mill attitude. You know, Natalie, I think you ought to call again just to make sure you got the right number.
And I think you should concentrate on your speech.
How can I concentrate when you're obviously so worried about the children?
Fine time the Marlows picked to go to the mountains.
We gotta find a hacksaw.
How about Sing Sing Prison?
Look, Russ, I got enough trouble with your wrist. I don't need any of your lip. Where are you going?
Get a glass of water.
Oh. You mind using the other hand? I'm not thirsty. Oh. Hello?
Hello, dear. How are you?
Oh, just fine, Mom, just fine.
We're not fine. We're locked up.
What's that?
Oh, nothing, Mom. What'd you say?
Where were you? We called and there wasn't any answer.
Oh, we were out.
Yeah, looking for a saw.
You were out looking for a saw.
No, what he meant was we were out and we were looking and we finally saw what we were looking for.
She's not telling the truth.
What did Ross say?
Nothing, Mom. You know what a put on he is. How'd the speech go?
Oh, your father was a big hit. Here, I'll let you talk to him.
Thanks. Hi, honey. How are you? How's everything going?
Just fine, Papa.
Ross isn't getting out of hand, is he?
Oh, no. That's one thing he's not doing.
Yeah, can I talk to him for a moment?
Well, he's kind of tied up right now.
Oh, has he done anything about that basement?
Well, not really.
Well, you tell him that if that isn't finished by the time we get home tonight, it's going to cost him a month's allowance.
Oh, okay, I'll tell him. Bye, Papa. Bye.
Tell me what?
That if you don't get that basement cleaned up by the time they get home, it's going to cost you a month's allowance.
Not when I tell them why I couldn't do it.
Ross, that's a lie.
It is not. Just a gross exaggeration.
I beg you to do it all day yesterday. You have no right to blame it on me.
Do you see anybody else I can blame it on?
Okay. Rather than have you lie about it, we'll both clean up the basement. Come on.
What a mess.
Yeah, well, let's get started. Let's use our heads, huh?
Yeah. That's using our heads.
We're not getting any place like this.
You think you can sweep better? Here, try.
Sorry. Well, don't just sit there. Give me a hand.
Which one?
Take the shovel out of your left hand.
Yeah.
Put it in your right hand. Very good. Now put your left hand on the broom. Now sweep. There, that's enough. See, Ross? It's all up here.
No comment.
Ross, just remember, this is your job. I'm only cooperating.
Really? Could have fooled me.
We've got to get out of these ridiculous handcuffs.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I got an idea. My chemistry set. It's got to be in here someplace.
Are you out of your tree? What do you want to play with your chemistry set now for?
You don't understand. I've got sulfuric acid in that set.
So what?
It'll get us out of these handcuffs.
It will. How?
Well, you see, sulfuric acid is very powerful. It'll eat right through the metal.
No kidding.
Yeah, that stuff will eat through anything.
Including people.
Oh, sorry about that.
There we go. Keep moving. Keep moving. You get back there. Okay. There. Well, you can't say I didn't help you.
Don't think it makes any difference. I'm still going to tell them how you tried to make me run away.
Oh.
Boy, wait till they hear what... Oh, boy.
You okay?
By the time I get through paying for that, I'll have to file bankruptcy.
It's not really your fault, Ross. I should have warned you that the thing wasn't steady.
You're willing to take the rap? Why?
Well, let's look at it this way. My allowance is bigger than yours, and I can afford it.
You mean you do that for me after all I put you through? You know what you are, Patty? You're the greatest sister a guy could have.
Well, of course, Mom and Papa won't believe that after you tell them that I was going to let you run away.
Who's going to say anything like that?
You're not?
Why would I rat on the only sister I've got?
Thanks, Ross.
Look, I could have been in hot for the rest of my life, but thanks to you, I'm off the hook. Hey!
We're free! That must be Mom and Pop. Let's go.
Hey, wait a minute. You know, Patty, you're the greatest.
Haven't I been telling you that for years?
How many people were there?
Oh, thousands. Literally thousands.
Literally 300.
Wow.
So your speech was a gas, huh? Lots of applause?
Well, I guess you might say I got a sitting ovation. I'm glad to see you two got along well.
Oh, yeah. Ross wasn't any trouble at all.
You see? I told you there was nothing to worry about.
No?
Yeah, you might say this weekend brought us a lot closer together, huh, Ross? Ross?
No. Patty, I can't help it. I just gotta come clean.
Ross.
The truth is, I faked out. You know those dishes in the basement? Well, I broke them. All of them.
Really?
But don't worry, I'll pay for it. Every last cent.
Ross, now you really...
Patty, I did it. I'll take the rap. Dad, you know that raise you were going to give me in my allowance? Well, maybe you just better keep it and take it out of that. And if that's not enough, I'll give up my lunches at school. And you may as well forget about my birthday and Christmas.
Ross, nobody's asking you to pay for it.
You're not?
Of course not. It was just some old junk Patty and I were saving for the PTA White Elephant sale.
Yeah, but it was my fault that it... White elephant sale? But I thought that... Why didn't you tell me?
You didn't ask.
See, Ross, you'd save yourself a lot of problems if you just confide in your sister once in a while.
That's right, Bubbo. I mean, what are sisters for,
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patties only seen the sights of broken feet from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike. at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of us.
Kathy? How much were you planning to spend on Papa's birthday present? Well, I've saved up about $10. Why? Well, how would you like to pool your money with mine and we'll buy him a really great gift from his two girls? Well, how much do you have? Well, I was planning to spend $10 too. All right. But all I saved up was $5.50. In that case, Patty, I think I'll just go ahead and buy Uncle Martin a present on my own. He's done so much for me. Kathy, don't you think that's being a little selfish? Selfish? What difference does it make how much each of us puts in? If we can get a really great gift for Papa, isn't that what counts? If I had $100 and you only had a quarter, I'd go in with you.
Hey, Patty, I'll go in with you.
Yeah? How much do you have?
$1.25.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, the hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Hey, some of the things in this catalog are ideal for Papa.
What's so ideal about them?
They're all under $5. Listen to this. A fluffy little dog that is really a transistor radio. You turn his nose to the right for volume control. You press in his eyes for AM, FM, and you zip open his stomach to change the batteries. What do you think?
I think the ASPCA should be notified at once.
Well, it's not easy to find something he doesn't have.
I know, dear. Maybe it's time to open the hinting season.
I mean, feel him out to see what he wants? Good idea. Where is he, in the den?
But he's working. It might not be a very good time to disturb him.
That's okay. When I'm working, I love to be disturbed.
Try to be subtle.
Mom? You are looking at a walking web of cunning. Hi.
Hi.
You working?
Not anymore.
Papa, do you know Doris Hartley's Uncle Frank?
I don't even know Doris Hartley.
Oh, well, it's not important. See, her uncle is having a birthday, and he's one of those men who has everything. So, I told her I'd come up with a few suggestions, and I thought I'd get a man's point of view.
Okay.
What would you think of getting him something for his car?
Well, it depends. What?
A horn.
Well, that could come in very handy.
No, this is a special horn. It goes like a bull moose. It's a novelty item for the man who has everything.
You mean everything except a female moose?
You don't think it would be a kick to have?
Well, not in this state, honey. It's against the law.
Oh. Okay. How would you like a canasta shuffler?
How would I like it?
I mean, how would you like it for Doris Hartley's uncle?
Well, sounds fine. If he plays canasta.
Oh, I think he plays poker. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he does. Okay, here's an idea that's really boss. A foot vibrator.
Does her uncle walk a lot?
No. Come to think of it, he sits a lot.
Well, in that case, you got the wrong kind of vibrator. Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. That's Jim Fraser. Afraid I'm going to be busy for a little while. We have to run over the Sunday feature lineup for the next few weeks. Well, I'm sorry I wasn't much help.
Oh, sure you are, Papa. Now I know 3 things not to get. To tell Doris not to get. See you later.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Martin.
Come on into the den.
What's so funny?
Oh, Patty. She's knocking herself out trying to figure out what I'd like for my birthday present.
Oh, it's the Daddy Bird's birthday.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks. Oh, Patty's really come up with some wild ideas. Like an automobile horn that sounds like a bull moose. Huh? Now, who'd want that?
Someone who's looking for a female moose. Yeah, all right. Here's the tentative schedule you asked me to rough out.
I hate to see the kids spending their hard-earned money on me. I don't mind about my wife. That's my hard-earned money. Besides, you always get a lot of things you just don't use.
Not if you're clever about it.
What do you mean?
Well, I always make a list, see? Then I leave it laying around somewhere where they'll run into it.
Uh-huh.
Last year, it took them about 10 minutes to get the idea.
Where'd you leave the list?
I pasted it to the bathroom mirror.
Very clever.
Yeah? Well, all I know is I didn't get stuck with a bull moose horn. Shall we get to work?
Right. Hey, I think I got it figured out.
The schedule?
No. How to throw a hint to Patty without being too obvious. Now, let's see. Something nice and cheap. And then I'll just tear it out of the magazine and leave it around where she can find it, see?
Now you're getting the idea. Hey, how about this?
Why would I want a personal oxygen tank?
Well, it says right there it's great for hangovers.
Hey, well, I don't really think I need it, Jim. Besides, it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, but if you only used it on the morning after New Year's Eve, it'd be worth it.
Now, here's something.
Swiss pocket knife. 8 different blades, including knife, fork, spoon, and leather punch. $3.95. Think it's worth it?
At 50 cents a blade, it's perfect.
Oh, boy, Ross, are you gonna get it?
What'd I do now?
How many times has Papa told you not to tear things out of magazines?
I didn't tear that out.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying.
Wait a minute. This is a matter of life and death.
Yeah? Why?
Because I found this on Papa's desk, and if you didn't tear it out, that means he did. And if I can get him something for less than $5, I'm home free.
Let me see. Swiss pocket knife. 8 different blades, including knife, fork, spoon, and leather punch. What would Papa want with this?
To eat with, what do you think?
And I suppose the leather punch is so he can make extra holes in his belt when he's through eating.
Very funny. I guess it does seem like a pretty flaky gift for a grown man.
Hey, wait a minute. You're looking at the wrong side.
Telescopic rifle.
Yeah, that's what Dad clipped the ad out for. For the discriminating sportsman.
Oh, boy, what a birthday gift that'd make.
Yeah. Handcarved stock of French walnut.
Oh, groovy.
Engraved trigger guard.
Dreamy.
$99.
Oh, boy.
And 50 cents.
You really think that Swiss knife is so bad? $99.50? Oh, boy. That's exactly what I said to Ross, right, Ross?
Yeah. All we could come up with was $6.30.
It's just plain stupid. I don't think wanting to get your father a gift like this is stupid. Oh, Kathy, I knew you'd see it that way. Kathy, $10.
Yeah. $83.20 to go.
Go! Thanks, Kath.
It's a marvelous gift, but even if we did pool our
I
money...
know what you're going to say. $99.50 is an outlandish amount of money to pay for Papa's gift.
No, it isn't, but
Oh, then you agree it would be a great gift.
Well, of course it
Oh,
would,
Mom,
but...
I knew you'd see it our way.
Now, just a minute. $99.50 is a lot of money.
I know, but Ross and I have it all figured out. You want to tell her?
I yield to the champ.
Okay. We figured if you'd let us have an advance on our allowance for a few months, we could make it with no trouble at all.
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I won't have you skipping lunches to make up for it.
Mom, we don't mind starving for a thing like that, do we, Ross?
That Swiss knife is getting to look better and better.
Mom, answer me one question. How much money were you going to spend on Papa's gift?
Oh, I was going to get him some shirts for about $25.
$58.20 to go.
Mom, could you stretch the 25 a little?
A little, yes, but what you're asking for could result in a severe strain.
Please, Mom, I'm only asking you to think about it.
Honey, I will think about it.
Oh, Mom, get a grip.
I see the kitchen cabinet's in session.
Hi, honey.
Hi, dear. I'd like to make a motion for an early dinner. Jim is coming over around 8 to run over the feature lineup. Are you sure that's the way Soupy sales got started?
Want me to help you hang up your hat and coat?
Oh, boy. When that blabbermouth wants to help, watch out. Ross, if you say one
I didn't
word.
say what we were going to get him, just that we decided.
Oh, what's the use? Now I suppose you're going to try and worm it out of us.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Don't you want a little hint?
Absolutely not.
Well, I'll tell you this. When you open that package, you'll really flip.
I will?
Yeah, and when you use it, you'll get a real charge.
Ross.
What did I say?
He just means you'll get a bang out of it.
Patty.
All right, you two, that's enough. You want to spoil the surprise? Dinner in 15 minutes, dear.
Oh, good. I'm starved.
Well, at least that birthday present will get you out of doors, which won't hurt you one bit.
Out of doors? It can't be used inside?
Well, I don't think the neighbors would approve if you started firing.
Wow.
Neighbors wouldn't approve. I just don't understand.
I thought I laid out that schedule pretty clearly.
Oh, no, I mean about the birthday present. The neighbors wouldn't approve. Now, what does that mean?
Are you sure they saw the ad for the Swiss knife?
Yeah, I'm positive. I left it in here in the den. I found it out there in the living room. The neighbors wouldn't approve.
Look, old buddy, do you know that this is the second night we've spent on this layout?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. Where were we?
Oh, we're trying to figure out what to do with an article on college football.
Can't be used indoors.
What?
Nothing. I don't understand why the neighbors wouldn't approve of a telescopic rifle.
Uh-oh.
They looked at the wrong side.
Hand-carved stock of French walnut. What a beauty.
Well, $99.50 it ought to be.
What a family you got. You know, that's some sweet present.
You must be kidding. I wouldn't dream of letting him spend that kind of money on me. Gotta put a stop to this right now.
Mom, you promised me buy him the rifle.
I said I'd think it over. You see, the trouble is, honey, I don't have enough in the household money, and if I take it out of the joint account, he might ask me about it.
Tell him you bought a hat.
Patty, we're trying to do something nice for your father, not demoralize him.
What about my morale and Kathy's and even Ross? If we don't get him that rifle, we'll all be shattered.
I know how I can do it.
How?
I bought a coat just last week. It still has the tags on it. I'll return it.
Oh, Mom, I knew you'd come through. And you know when you'll get your reward? On Papa's birthday, when you see that look on his face.
Jim, I've got to let him buy me that rifle.
Well, I'm glad you changed your mind, because it's a beauty.
No, that isn't it. It's just that they build up such a head of enthusiasm about it that, well, I can't put a damper on it. Do you know what Natalie is going to do? She is giving back a coat that she bought in order to finance my present.
No kidding. Well, summer's coming on, so she really...
Jim, I can't let her do it.
Okay. Look, this piece on Mars is going to leave us a little short. So what we need is a nice 500-word filler.
I've got it.
The filler?
No, how to solve the present problem. I'll just give the money to Nat and the kids. It's that simple. All right, now, let's see. Say, how about an editorial cartoon for filler?
You can't do it.
Well, don't you think the boss will care for it?
I don't think Natalie and the kids would care for it.
Natalie and the kids don't even read the feature section.
I'm talking about handing them the money. It'd be insulting.
Jim, I'm not going to just hand them the money. Give me credit for a little tact.
Yeah, well, how are you going to do it?
Well, I'll think of something. Well, let's get back to this now. We don't have all night. Now, listen, here's a cartoon by Fletcher that's very, very good. In fact, I've been thinking of running his stuff daily.
Hey, that's a great idea. We've always got this problem of filler, and this would be the perfect solution. It's like finding money on the street. Would Fletcher be interested?
See, you just gave me an idea.
About how to get Fletcher interested?
Jim, can't you keep your mind on one thing for more than a minute? I'm talking about giving the money to Natalie and the kids without their knowing about it.
Oh.
Out of the mouths of babes. And newspaper men. Nat? Oh, Natalie?
She's not home, Papa. Can I do something for you?
Well, yeah, come on out here, honey, just for a minute.
Yeah, Papa?
We ought to have the gardener trim that juniper. Don't you think it looks a little raggedy?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have Mom tell him about it.
Patty, what's new?
You mean since we talked 5 minutes ago?
Oh. Say, listen, why don't we take a little walk, huh?
Okay, where? Over to the park?
No, right here.
In the backyard?
Sure. You know, it's very pleasant out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice day.
Yeah?
I love a good walk, don't you?
Yeah. Papa, can you keep a secret?
Well, of course.
We're breaking out of this place tonight.
Say, have you smelled those flowers? Have you ever smelled them?
Yeah, they're wonderful.
Oh, but I mean recently.
Well, come to think of it.
Oh, no, not those, honey. I meant those, the little one down there.
Oh, those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they smell great.
What's that?
What?
That.
Oh, those dumb kids next door are always throwing their candy wrappers.
Oh, no, wait. Honey, I don't think that's a candy wrapper.
No, it's probably some kind of money.
Oh, is that what it is?
2 $50 bills. Papa, is it real?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, this one is real. And so's this one. Hey, talk about pennies from heaven, Patty. You found a jackpot right here on Earth. Congratulations.
You don't mean I can keep this?
Well, why not? I mean, finders keepers, you know.
Papa, you're not serious.
I'm not?
This money has to be turned into the police.
Well, no, wait a minute.
Do you remember that editorial you wrote last month?
Which one?
The one about cheaters who keep lost things instead of turning them into the police.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
You're absolutely right, and I'm going to take this to the police station myself right now.
No, Patty, don't do that. I mean, I'll turn it in.
No, Papa, you're too busy.
No, honey. I have to go over to the precinct anyway. I may write another editorial.
About cheaters?
No, about innocent victims.
See ya. Hello. I was wondering how long you hold on to lost things before you give them back to the finder.
Well, that depends on what it is. Some things we hold for 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah, things like bicycles.
Oh, well, this isn't a bicycle. This is cash.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah?
Cash we hold 6 months.
Well, there goes my mother's coat.
What?
Well, you see, we were hoping we could use the money to buy my father a birthday gift, but we can't wait 6 months.
Well, let's get some of the details. Now, how much was it and who found it?
$100, but my father turned it in a couple of days ago.
Oh, that's different.
Oh.
What's his name?
Lane, Lane. Martin Lane.
Lane. I don't see it here.
Oh, well, maybe he turned it in another precinct.
Wouldn't matter. This is a citywide lost and found list.
Oh. Well, maybe he turned it in anonymously, you know, like in a plain white envelope.
In that case, we'd have a record of the $100 having been turned in.
Sergeant, my father said he turned in that money, and either your list is wrong
Or what?
or I refuse to say anything on the grounds that it might incriminate me.
Oh, hi, hon. Say, where's Patty?
Oh, she went downtown. What are you doing home?
Well, Are you returning that?
Yes, it's just not my color.
I thought you were wild about blue.
That was last year.
Well, I like you in blue.
Honey, my mind's made up.
You're not going to take it back today.
Well, I'm going to play bridge, and the store's right on the way.
Nat, say, listen, do you remember that money that Patty found a couple of days ago?
Yeah?
Well, I just got it back from the police department. Nobody claimed it.
Is that right?
Yeah, how about that?
You really like me in blue.
Oh, yeah.
That's good enough for me. Since I'm going to the bridge game anyway, I might just as well wear it.
Why not?
How does it look?
For last season's color, not bad. What's that for?
The police department.
Oh, Mom, am I glad you're home. What are you doing with that coat on?
I'll tell you about it later, dear. I've got to go now.
Mom, you gotta put the tags back on or they'll never take it back if you wear it.
Patty! I got wonderful news for you, honey. Nobody claimed that money you found. It's yours.
Mine.
Yep, I just came from the precinct. Oh, Patty, aren't you happy about getting the money back?
Happy isn't the word for it, Papa. I'm overwhelmed.
Hello? Oh, hi, Jim. No, not yet, but I think they're going to give it to me right now. Listen, thank you very much for giving me that gun case to go with it. That was very generous of you. Well, why don't you come over in about a half an hour and you can see it then? Right. Okay. Goodbye.
Papa,
Yeah?
before you go back inside, I have something for you. Here.
Oh?
I know why you did all this, Papa.
You do?
Because you're so anxious for me to have all the things I want. But honestly, Papa, those things don't mean as much to me as other things.
Patty, what are you talking about?
I went down to the police station yesterday and they told me you didn't return that money.
Oh. Well, Patty...
No,
let-
you
let
don't
me-
have to explain, Papa. I'm sure you had a very good reason for doing what you did.
Now, Patty, I have to tell you...
No, Papa. This isn't much, but it's from me to you.
Patty. Now, Patty, this is one time when a father insists on the right to explain.
Papa, I'm so embarrassed. I didn't know it was your money. I don't know what to say.
There's no need to say anything, honey. You just gave me the best birthday present I could wish for.
A knife?
Well, that's not what I mean. You gave me the kind of a birthday present that every father longs for. You see, honey, parents knock themselves out trying to raise their kids in a way that they think is right. But nobody has a secret formula. You do the best you can. You try by example, by teaching, by love. And then you just hope. You hope that one day all of those talks about right and wrong will sink in. But if one day your daughter trusts you the way you trusted me, even though you thought I was doing wrong, you get the greatest gift of all. Thank you, Patty.
Happy birthday, Papa.
That's pretty funny. Well, what did Patty say when you explained that the money was really yours?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think she was a little disappointed.
Well, it must be a rude shock to discover that your father wouldn't steal for you.
Hey, guess what she gave me?
I'm afraid to. You mean?
Yeah.
Does it really have a knife, fork, spoon, and leather punch?
Oh, no, that's the deluxe model. That is a knife, fork, spoon, and a pizza cutter.
even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Excuse me, sir. May I come in?
That depends. You come to bug me about the gas bill?
No.
The electric bill?
No.
Can't be the phone. They already turned that off.
May I have just a few moments of your time?
Oh, is that all? Come on in. Time-wise, I'm loaded.
Well, thank you. My name is Patty Lane, and I'm conducting a survey of consumer preferences for the Regal Research Institute.
You dig my gizmo?
Yeah, very nice.
A chick I know gave it to me. Mona Moon. That's her over there.
Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah, she sang up a storm, that Mona. Whew.
Really? Well, about the survey.
What survey?
Consumer preferences. You see, one of my company's clients is a beverage company, and we want to know which of these bottles appeals to you most.
Bottles?
Yes. Which one do you like best?
Well, that sort of depends upon what's in them.
Oh, well, you see, right now they're empty, but which one do you dig the most?
Well, I got to level with you, sis. Empty bottles just don't turn me on.
Oh, please. Well, for every answer I get, they give me 50 cents.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well?
Well, let me see here. That's a winner.
Bottle number 3. Now, why do you like bottle number 3 best?
Are you putting me on?
No.
Don't you hear that crazy F sharp?
Crazy F.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll. The hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins. Identical cousins, and you'll find. They laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
You mean this combo of yours,
Garrison's Gases. GGG for short. Also stands for Go Gate Go. It's quite a gimmick, isn't it? With
Yeah.
3 G's. Cute.
Yeah.
I don't know why it never caught on.
Your combo hasn't had a job in 3 months, huh?
No, not since little old Mona found another groove and bailed out.
Oh, I see. When Mona left, something dear went out of your life, huh?
Yeah, employment.
That's terrible, Mr. Garrison.
Don't call me Gate. Come on.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's awful for a talented artist like you to be living in a garret like this. You know what, Mr. Gate? You need someone to take care of you.
Yeah, that's what I kept telling Mona.
Well, what did she say?
Yeah, she stood in the doorway there. She laid a big baby blues on me and said, "Flake off, Charlie." Chick really had soul.
Mr. Garrison, could you spare a moment of your valuable time?
Uh-oh.
Who's that?
The lady of the land.
Who?
Landlady, Madam Scrooge. Don't go away. You growled?
Mr. Garrison, your rent is now 9 weeks overdue.
Well, time do fly, don't it?
No, Mr. Garrison.
Ma'am, look, if you just wait till my ship comes in.
Oh, I've heard that before. Boy, have I heard it.
But, ma'am, see, if we get this booking I'm expecting, I'll lay the bread on you, honest now.
By next Saturday, Mr. Garrison, or Outsville.
Outsville? Hey, you're here. That's cute, ain't it?
Just remember what I said, Mr. Garrison.
Yes, ma'am, the bread, like Saturday.
Not like Saturday. Saturday.
Ma'am, you heard about this war on poverty we're having?
What about it?
Why are you fighting on the wrong side?
Everything all right?
Oh, don't fuss your head, kitty cat. I just got to latch onto some bread.
You don't have any bread?
Man, I don't even remember what it looks like.
It's terrible. Look, Kate, we only just met, but I like you very much.
Well, turnabout is a way to play. I think you're something else too, Buttercup.
Thank you. And tonight you're coming home to my house for some good home cooking.
Hey, that's like Twisty.
Yeah, I'll call my mother. She'll be thrilled.
She will.
Yeah, you're an artist. And you won't always be living in this garret.
Yeah, that's what my landlady said.
Kate, someday you're going to make it, and I mean big. You'll be famous and rich and the idol of millions.
I hear you talking.
And years from now, when they make a story about you in Hollywood, the life of Kate Garrison, I wonder who they'll get to play me. I want to try some more steak, Kate.
I'm crazy. This steak is a bear for fair, ma'am.
No, it's sirloin. Oh, you mean you like it?
Oh, yes, ma'am. This is tough.
It is? Oh, I'm sorry.
Mom, tough means great.
The argot of jazz is very interesting, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The, what of jazz?
You know, the language. You musicians have a picturesque way of talking.
We do.
You know, I studied trumpet for a little while, Mr. Garrison.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, but I had to give it up.
Oh, yeah, you had trouble with your lip, huh?
No, with the ears. Ours.
He's something else, man. He's wild.
Where's your group playing these days, Mr. Garrison?
Right now we're at the Shade Nowhere.
That's a fascinating name for a club.
Mom, what Mr. Garrison means is the combo isn't playing any place.
Yeah, but everything will be groovy as soon as my ship comes in.
Oh, I'm sure it will, Mr. Garrison.
Martin, I had your pin reset.
Oh, that looks very charming.
It was an anniversary gift from my husband. Isn't it pretty?
Yes, ma'am. That's a boss piece of candy.
Candy? Is that musician slang for jewelry?
No, that's pokey talk.
Pokey?
Jail. I picked it up from my roomie when I was in the stockade of Fort Bragg.
Oh, Papa was in the army, too.
Yeah. Well, shall we let the ladies clear?
Oh, no, Chief. Come on, let me help.
Hey, are you all right?
It's my back. It's doing that thing again.
Oh, Mr. Garrison, does it hurt a lot?
Well, it's only when I move, really.
Well, Papa, what should we do?
Well, I don't know. Anyway, let's just try to make him comfortable. Could you sit down?
No. Just let me be. It'll pass.
Well, isn't there anything we can do?
Well, if you got some wheels, maybe you could drive me home.
Oh, of course.
Papa, we can't let him go home to that terrible place. Not now, not in his condition. Can't he stay here?
Here?
Well, of course he can. We'll put you in the guest room, Mr. Garrison. I'm sure you'll feel much better tomorrow.
I tell you, that back is really giving me some noise.
Come on, Ross, let's get him up to the guest room. Easy.
Gee, how long do these attacks usually go on?
Oh, last time I couldn't move for like 2 weeks. Yeah, greetings, ladies.
Good morning, Mr. Garrison. How's your back?
Oh, well, it's not bad, but they ain't whistling Dixie either.
May I fix you some breakfast?
Oh, no, thanks. Buttercup already dug me up some.
I see she also dug you some wardrobe.
Oh, yeah, well, she figured my threads needed pressing. These are the pop cats.
Yes, I know.
Oh, look, the thingamahoo in your fiddly dee is loose there.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'll have to get the safety catch repaired.
Yeah, you better do that right away. You might lose it.
Oh, that'd be terrible. It has great sentimental value.
Oh, yeah, diamonds always do. What's taking place in the pot over there?
Beef stew?
Oh, beef stew is a groove. I love it.
Kathy, would you peel some potatoes, please, dear?
Certainly, Aunt Natalie, as soon as I finish the dishes.
Oh, hey, listen, peeling potatoes happens to be one of my licks. Let me.
Oh, no, I'll do it.
What, and get the leavings on you?
Are you sure you know how?
Me, man? Woo! I'm a real kitchen cat, Daddy. Listen, I told you, remember I was in the stockade in the Army? Well, man, they laid KP on me night and day and night, evenings and twilight time, too, and some of the afternoons. And, man, I'll tell you something. When I was finally sprung out of there, you know that mess sergeant cat? He finally asked me back for a return engagement. Hey, look at that.
Oh, never mind, Mr. Garrison. My husband loves potato balls.
Oh, that's good.
Kathy, let's get a broom and sweep up here.
Oh, let me.
Oh, no. Let Kathy.
Oh.
Hey, where are you?
Oh, excuse me, ladies. I'm being paged. Hey, Buttercup.
Hi. I brought your trumpet.
Oh, bless you. Oh, have I missed you, baby?
And I brought some other things for you, too.
Oh, groovy. Listen, is it okay if I turn it around and wail into it once, huh?
Sure. Good object.
Well, Buttercup, you never know when you're going to round the corner and bump into a square.
Can I help you tune up?
Yeah, give me an A, would you?
Boss, how many times have I told you not to play that thing when I'm working? Gee, I'm sorry. I thought that,
Greetings, Chief.
Good morning, Garrison.
Well, I brought us trumpet so we could practice.
That's a strange-looking trumpet case.
Well, I brought some clothes, too, so you'd be more comfortable.
I see.
Oh, yeah, but don't worry about it, Chief. I mean, as soon as my ship comes in, I cut out.
This ship of yours, how do you know it isn't lost at sea?
Boy, you're something else. You got a funny papa cat for a daddy bird.
Were you planning to do any practicing?
No, I never practice.
Oh, good.
No, I just blow a few riffs once a day for about an hour or so.
Garrison, listen, I've got to write an editorial now. Would you mind riffling a little later?
Oh, no strain, Chief. Listen, I'll just join the silent service. I'll noodle on the mouthpiece if it's okay, sort of keep the lip in shape.
Yeah, fine.
Just noodling, Chief. Does it bug you?
Well, ordinarily it wouldn't, but I'm trying to concentrate.
Take 10, Charlie.
Papa, we asked to practice to keep up his lip.
Why don't you have him blow up a few balloons?
The papa cat is a funny cat. Man, he cracks me up. He's so healthy. Hey, what's happening, Chief?
Oh, well, I can't seem to get this thing working.
Oh, here, let me. Come on.
You know how to fix a typewriter?
Oh, you heard of Know How? I wrote the book, How to Know How. Oh, Daddy. I'll take a crack at this thing, fix her up for you. Okay, all clear, Chief. Give it a shot.
Wow. Thank you, Garrison.
Okay. Hey, that's groovy. Yeah. But it's spooky, too. Yeah. You want me to take another crack at it, Chief?
No, thank you very much, but I think I'll use a pencil.
Oh, you want me to, sharpen it?
No. There's just one thing you could do for me.
Yeah, what's that, Chief?
Pull the plug.
Do do dooby dooby doo. Ba doo doo. A ba ba doo ba doo ba da ba doo doo ba doo ya dooby doo doo. Hey, Cousin Cat, you know you blow a mean piano.
You see, Cat? And you didn't think you could play jazz.
You got one that don't want to mix, huh?
Dear, we'll have to have the piano tuner again.
Piano tuner when I'm here?
You can fix a piano?
Man, does President Johnson know how to barbecue a steak?
Really, Mr. Garrison, it'll be fine. Don't bother.
Oh, no bother. Come on, this is my bag, Buttercup. Let me just dig right in here. Uh-huh. I see the problem. That's the beauty right there. Okay. Listen, sis, you can do me a favor. Why don't you fetch me a hammer, pliers, a little roll of black tape, and a big can of beer, huh?
A big can of beer?
Yeah, well, this is thirst-making work, you know. I'll just dig right in here. Ah, there we go. Okay, Cousin Cat, take it away. Whale, it's all yours. Hey, listen to that. That's something else, ain't it?
Yes? But what?
What happened to the piano?
Oh, ain't that a gas? Huh? I gotta find out how I did that, man. I could make a lot of sick pianos real well.
Hi, Marlo.
You're home early.
Oh, and with wonderful news. Garrison, your ship finally came in.
It did?
Yep. Starting tomorrow night, Garrison's Gassers are playing what I believe is known as a gig at the Hotel Dorton.
Oh, Papa, that's great.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's too much. Where's the Hotel Dorton?
Over there on the east side. It's one of those places where the older society crowd comes to dance. You know, foxtrots, waltzes.
Foxtrots and waltzes, huh?
Show tunes.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to lose that scene before I make it.
What do you mean, lose it?
I'm sorry. You'll have to cancel the booking.
Why?
Well, Buttercup, Gate Garrison's Gases don't dig that Mickey Mouse jazz. You know, we're like cool.
Gate, it's a job.
Buttercup, I'd rather sit in with that cat with the champagne than the bubbles. Look, you're all hot, Chief, and it ain't your fault because you don't understand Gate Garrison's boys, but when we come on, we like go. Look, thanks anyway, Chief.
They like go, huh? Well, that's just what Garrison's going to do right now.
Papa, you have to respect his integrity.
Patty, I was on the phone all day landing that job for him. I had to make him sound like a combination of Benny Goodman, Peter Duchin, and Leonard Bernstein.
Well, he's an artist. He has to follow his star.
And he can, right out the front door. Garrison, I'd like a word with you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Chief. I'm just getting ready to split.
Gate, you're not leaving.
Oh, yeah, Buttercup, I gotta move on. Yeah, Chief?
Well,
Oh, where will you go?
Oh, down Subway, probably. You know, vamp a little till something comes along.
The subway? That's terrible.
Oh, no, it's not so bad. No, I'll find me one of them old-fashioned streetcars. You know, the ones you can really stretch out on those long seats. You were saying, Chief?
No, never mind. It doesn't really matter now.
Gate, you can't sleep in the subway, not with your bad back.
Are you kidding? Buttercup, my back is just fine. Just fine.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh!
Oh, no.
Papa, you can't let him leave. Not like that.
No. Obviously, somebody up there wants him right here.
Dinner'll be ready in a minute, folks.
Good. Hey, where's Garrison? It's not like him to miss a meal.
Oh, he said he had to go out for a while.
Well, that's a step in the right direction. What are you looking for?
Nothing.
You've been poking around this room. What is it, a one-woman treasure hunt?
Martin, I didn't want to upset you, but I've lost my diamond pin.
Oh, man.
I've ransacked the house. I can't find it any place.
Well, now, just a minute. Hey, kids, would you come in here a minute? Oh, it must be around here somewhere, man.
What is it?
Listen, has either one of you seen your mother's diamond pin?
No.
I seem to have misplaced it.
Oh, Mom, that's terrible.
I was sure I had it in my jewel case.
Gee, maybe a thief snuck in and heisted it.
Oh, no, that's impossible. There's always somebody around the house, especially since we acquired Garrison as a permanent boarder.
Hey, cats! Look me over.
Gate! You got a new suit.
Yeah, and new threads, new everything, just like I promised, Buttercup. My ship came in.
Well, what happened?
Well, I'll tell you all about it. Don't go away.
Isn't that great? He found a job.
Yeah, or something.
What do you mean, Martin?
Well, I'm not sure, but you gotta admit, prosperity came around the corner awfully fast.
Papa. Surely you're not suggesting that Gate
Well,
took...
now, he's not a pillar of the community, you know, and, I mean, he did say he spent some time in an army jail.
So?
Yeah. He seemed almost proud of it.
Dad, Gate wouldn't steal. Okay, he's a little unusual, but...
Well, I hope that's all he is, son, but, I think I better have a little talk with him.
Wait, Papa? Aren't you being a little unfair?
Well, in what way, honey?
Just because Gate got some money, you're jumping to a wild conclusion.
Patty, I said I was just going to talk to him.
Well, isn't that just as good as accusing him? Don't you see how hurt he'll be?
Now, Patty, don't worry. I'll be very, very diplomatic. Believe me.
Papa, you can't. I know Gate didn't take that pin.
What makes you so sure?
I guess I better tell you.
Tell us what, Patty?
I took the pin.
Patty, what are you talking about?
Well, I wanted to wear it to the dance last night, and while Richard and I were Watusiing, it disappeared.
Honey, why didn't you tell us?
Well, I kept hoping it would turn up, and I was afraid to say anything.
Patty, I don't understand. I mean, you know, no matter what you do, you can always tell us about it.
Well, folks, this time I'm leaving, and it's for real. But before I go, I want to let you know from the leader on down that you've been a grand group.
Gate, can I get in touch with you any place?
Well, no, Buttercup. I'm not going to be anywhere you can reach me.
Oh, well, you won't keep in touch with us, will you?
Well, not for a long, long while, but I hope I can come back and pay back you cats for everything.
You wouldn't like to pay us back before you leave, would you?
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, hey, what's the matter with me? I got something for the mama cat.
For me?
Oh, yeah, it's that bobble bubble the chief gave you. I found it in my room just now when I was packing.
You found it in your room?
Yeah, it must have dropped off when you were cleaning up. You better get that safety catch fixed on it right away.
Oh, yes, I will.
Did I say something strange?
Not at all. And we're very grateful to you.
Especially me.
Gate, can I ask you a question?
Buttercup, you could ask for the moon. I'd give it a good try.
Well, why can't you tell us where you're going to be?
Well, I'm going to be on board ship for the next year.
On board ship?
Oh, yeah, me and the combo got booked for a year's cruise in the SS Vagabond. You know, one of them cruise jobs?
You mean all this time you've been talking about a real ship?
Oh, yeah, me and the skipper are old buddies, and he booked me and the combo there for a whole year's cruise. It's gas.
Oh, that's out of this world.
No, just around it. Yeah, I'm going to miss you, civilian, especially you, Buttercup.
Thanks, Gate.
I'll get you a taxi. And Ross, get his bag.
Oh, no, let me.
No!
Well, you folks have really been a groove.
It's been our pleasure, Gate, really.
Your cab's here.
Oh, crazy. Well, take care, cats.
Bye.
Gate, just before you go, I wonder if I could ask you a rather impertinent question.
Well, sure, why not, Chief?
Well, now, you remember you told us that you spent some time in an Army stockade. What were you in for, if you don't mind answering?
Well, no, it was really a gas, man. See, I had this little combo on the base, you know, Garrison's Grenadiers. Always with the 3 Gs, see. Anyway, so one night this Eagle Cat comes in.
Eagle Cat?
Colonel.
Oh.
Hey, you catching on, babe.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, they're having a party for the big brass, you know. So the Eagle Cat comes up to me, and he wants me to play Happy Birthday.
And you wouldn't?
Right. So he looks at me like this, and he says, Garrison, that's a direct order. You know, just like that.
And you still refused?
Because of your integrity.
Because we didn't know it.
Happy.
Well, listen, you know, Garrison's boys don't play that icky jive anyway. When we come on, we go. You're not better right now, so take care, you cats. Later.
Bye, Gate. Have a good trip. Don't get seasick.
He's something else.
even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
What about the governor? Good idea. Patty, do you realize what you're doing? You don't think they'll come, huh? Well, you're wrong. When you've got the greatest speaker in the whole wide world, everyone will come to hear him.
Hi, I'm home.
That's Papa. Wait till I tell him the news. Oh, boy, Papa, have I got some hot news for you.
Hello, Patty.
Oh, hi. You know Mrs. Donovan, our creative writing teacher?
Uh-huh.
Well, she told us to suggest a guest speaker for the class next Monday, and I got the greatest speaker in the whole wide world.
Gee, that's wonderful.
You don't know the half of it. Mrs. Donovan's so flipped out, she invited other teachers to hear the speaker.
Well, it sounds very exciting. Who is this great speaker?
You?
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll. The hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins. Identical cousins, and you'll find. They laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a
Papa, you can't say no.
I just did.
But you didn't. You already committed.
You're committed. I'm not.
Well, either way, the point is you've got to make a speech in front of that class.
Patty, you had no right to tell Mrs. Donovan I was going to be there without asking me first.
So I got carried away. Papa, I thought you'd jump at it. It's an opportunity to talk to the future writers of America.
Yeah, but I have a newspaper to put out. I just can't get away on Monday morning.
Papa, when was the last time I asked you for a favor?
This morning.
Boy, if I can't bring in my own father, I'll be the laughingstock of the whole school. You love to make speeches.
That's right, and I'm going to make one right now. Patty, in the future, when you want something from someone, have the courtesy to ask them first. You can't go around making commitments for other people. Now, that's something you're going to have to get over. Is that clear?
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah, what is it?
Why won't you make a speech in front of the class?
Patty!
The wheels are in motion. It's like a juggernaut that can't be stopped.
Well, just be sure it doesn't run over you. Where's your mother?
In the kitchen. Any luck? Oh, yeah. Lots of it. All bad. He wouldn't do it. Oh, he'll do it. He just doesn't know it yet. I think you'd better get another speaker. Have I ever missed yet?
She didn't even ask me, Natalie. Now, how could Patty be so irresponsible?
I suppose she was sure you'd accept.
Huh?
Martin, you're going to spoil your dinner.
Well, one little olive? Ah, she's going to have to tell Mrs. Donovan she spoke too soon.
Well, you do like to make speeches, Martin.
But that's not the point, Natalie. I mean, it's one thing to be a guest speaker. It's another thing to be a captive. Besides, I couldn't make it on Monday morning anyway. That's when we have our staff meetings. She's just going to have to get somebody else.
And the way she talked, I don't think she's planning to get anybody else.
Oh, it's not my problem.
I hope not. Martin.
Oh, one little radish?
Hi, Kath.
Hello, Richard.
Hiya, Patty.
Hi, Rich.
Well, did you talk to him? Is he going to do it?
Yeah. No.
Well, what does that mean? Is he going to speak or isn't he?
Of course he is, Richard. But he doesn't know it yet.
Oh, you've done it again. I told you should have asked him first.
Will you stop worrying? I told you he'll be there.
He seemed awful positive.
Of course I'm positive. In fact, I'll bet you dinner in the theater that my father will make that speech Monday morning. Is it a bet?
Would you mind if I got a drink of water before I made my decision?
No.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hello, Richard.
Oh, Richard.
Mr. Lane, are you going to speak at Patty's class on Monday?
No, Richard, I'm not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Thanks a lot. Bye. It's a bet.
Busy, darling?
Oh, no. I was just finishing up an editorial. Sit down.
I just had a long talk with Patty while she helped me with the dishes.
Patty who?
This thing on Monday is really very important to her.
Oh, it's more important than you know, Nat. Do you realize what week this is?
No,
National Character Building Week.
I never heard of it.
I just made it up. Listen, Nat. Patty has to learn sooner or later that she cannot use people. Now, I'd probably be willing to speak at her school, but I'm not going to let her force me into a position where I have to speak there.
You won't change your mind?
Well, I sure won't.
All right, I'll just have to tell her that I did the best I could.
Do you mean that she sent you in here to talk to me?
Oh, Martin, she seems so desperate and, I don't know, helpless.
Patty's about as helpless as a Sherman tank.
She said it was like a juggernaut that couldn't be stopped.
Well, I'm sure it's not that serious, Nat. She probably doesn't even know what a juggernaut is.
Come to think of it, I'm not sure I do.
No, it was from Hindu mythology. It was a monstrous wagon with a religious idol on the top of it. And they used to roll it down the street, and fanatics would throw themselves under the wheels. They get carried away by their emotions, you know.
Patty knows what a juggernaut is.
Uncle Martin,
Mm-hmm.
are you busy?
No. I was just finishing up an editorial. Sit down.
Thank you. Oh, my, isn't that interesting? It must be wonderful to be able to influence so many people.
Well, I'm not sure I'm influencing anybody. I just express my opinion.
You know, the greatest place to mold opinions is in the school, where the minds are at a formative stage.
No.
No what?
No, I'm not going to speak at Brooklyn Heights High on Monday morning. Now, Kathy, you got a lot of common sense. How could you let Patty use you that way?
Use me?
Well, sure. She sent you in here to plead her cause.
Well, she didn't exactly send me.
Well, she doesn't exactly send me either. Look, you tell her that you took the message to Garcia and he said no.
Martin, are you certain you won't change your mind?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then I'm worried.
Why?
Because Patty's not going to change her mind either.
You busy, Dad?
No, I was just finishing up an editorial. Sit down. Over here.
I'd like to talk to you about Patty's birthday. You see, I figured that this year, instead of giving her handkerchiefs or something, we might do something nice for her. I think that it would make Patty very happy if you went to speak at her school.
When did you develop this sudden interest in Patty's welfare?
Well, what's so sudden about it? I've always been interested in Patty's welfare. It's just that I've been too busy up to now to do anything about it.
Oh.
Yes, sir. In my book, Patty's okay. So won't you please do it? It'd mean a lot to her. And to me.
What does it mean to you?
$1 if you say maybe, 2 if you say yes.
So what you're suggesting is that instead of the usual birthday present, we should give Patty something different. Me.
Right.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah?
Sure. I think if I speak at her school, it'd be a wonderful birthday present.
Then you'll do it?
I'll be glad to. On her birthday. Next December.
Well, you can't win them all.
Yeah, I know that, Ross. And you know it. The question is, does Patty know it?
Ross, here. Well, how'd you do?
He said he'd speak at your school for your birthday.
Oh, Ross, isn't he the greatest? That little kid went right in there and talked him right into it. What else did he say?
Would you buy me a soda before I tell you?
You said he'd do it.
Yeah, but you'll have to wait till December.
Well, fellas, what'll it be?
I'll have a chocolate sundae.
And I'll have another peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a chocolate soda. And don't forget the onions.
A chocolate soda with onions?
Don't be silly. They're for the peanut butter and jelly. Excuse me a minute. Well, Patty?
If you say I told you so.
I wasn't going to say that, but now that you mention it, I told you so.
Oh, boy, there's Mrs. Donovan.
Hello, Kathy.
Hello, Mrs. Donovan.
Hello, Mrs. Donovan.
Oh, don't get up. Don't get up.
This is my cousin Ross. Ross, this is Mrs. Donovan, Patty's creative writing teacher.
Oh, that, Mrs. Donovan.
Did you lose something, Patty?
No. Hi there, Mrs. Donovan.
I can't tell you how I'm looking forward to hearing your father on Monday.
We're all looking forward to it, aren't we, Patty?
You must be pretty excited about it.
Oh, yes.
Her father is, too.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he hasn't been this excited about anything in years.
Well, you tell your father how much we're looking forward to hearing him speak.
I will. You know, I sure hope he doesn't get called away to the Far East this weekend.
Well, is there a possibility of that?
Oh, well, you never know with the newspaper editor. They have to go where the news is. And the situation's pretty flaky down there, you know.
Well, if he's in the Far East, we'll understand. But if he's here, we'll expect him at school on Monday.
Well, what are you going to do now, Patty?
It's very simple, Richard. I'll just figure out a way to get my father to the Far East for the weekend.
The important thing to remember about writing is that the creative faculty is there for all of us to use. But like any other faculty, if we want to develop it, we must constantly use it and improve it.
I thought you'd gone. Aren't you playing golf today?
No. I called Eddie Sheldon and told him to go on without me.
What are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm just rehearsing a little speech.
What kind of a little speech?
Well, it's a little speech for Patty's creative writing class on Monday.
Oh, darling. I can't thank you enough
Well, what for?
for getting Patty off my neck. Oh, she's going to be so tickled.
Well, to be perfectly blunt about it, I'm not really doing it for Patty.
No?
No, I got to thinking about it, and I decided, why should I deprive the whole class?
You mean why deprive him of the greatest speaker in the world?
Yeah. No. Well, okay, yeah.
Wonder if Patty knows how lucky she is to have a father like you.
Well, if she doesn't, I'll tell her. You know, I had to change our whole staff meeting around to do this, and this thing is really developing into something a lot bigger than Patty would bargain for.
What do you mean?
Well, I told TJ about it, and he thought there might be a story in it. So we've assigned a reporter and a photographer to cover my speech. You know, famous editor addresses his daughter's creative writing class.
I thought you were going to address the class.
Well, I am. Oh.
I think it's just marvelous. Wish I knew where Patty was. I'd call her.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the look on her face when I take her off the hook.
I'll let you know what happens, Richard. Patty, are you sure you know what you're doing? Of course I do. It's one of my finer moments. When I tell Papa that I've invited a rival editor to come and talk to my class, he'll beg me to let him come. But you haven't invited anyone else. That doesn't make any difference. You just don't know anything about psychology. Watch me fix it. Papa!
I'll let you break the news to her.
Oh, hi, Mom. Can I talk to you a minute?
Is it about that speech on Monday?
Yeah, how'd you guess?
Well, because I'd like to talk to you about that speech, too.
Papa, before you start, I want you to know that I've been thinking it over and I realized I was wrong.
Well, so long as you realize what you did.
So I asked someone else to make the speech for me.
You what?
What do you mean you invited someone else?
Just what I said. You know Mr. Connolly of the Evening Express? He said he'd be delighted to do it. Isn't that the end?
The living end.
You mean it doesn't grab you?
Do you mean that you asked the editor of that scandal sheet to address your class?
Oh, it's not such a bad paper, Papa. And I understand Mr. Connolly's a great speaker.
Patty, how could you do this?
I thought I was the greatest speaker in the whole wide world.
Well, you are, Papa. But Mr. Connolly's going to be there. See ya.
See that little girl who just walked out of here? Do you know what she's done to me? She has made me the laughingstock of the whole newspaper business.
Oh, Martin, now, it's not that bad.
It isn't. Do you know what I have to do now? I have to get on the phone and tell TJ that my daughter has rejected me in favor of the editor of the Evening Express. Nat, how could she do that to me?
Martin, why don't you explain it to her?
Explain it? Oh, you mean beg her to let me speak there? Well, I wouldn't speak there now if my whole life depended on it.
She did invite you first, you know. I mean, there's really no reason to be upset.
Who's upset? And I'll tell you another thing. That Connolly has been spoiling for a fight for a long time. He probably put Patty up to this, turning my own daughter against me. Okay, if it's war he wants, that's what he's going to get. War.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to rewrite Monday's editorial. You know, the Evening Express has been opposed to bond issues for schools for a long time. Well, I'm going to ask them on the front page of the Chronicle how they have the nerve to send their editor down there to speak to a group of high school students. Wait a minute, I have a better idea. I'm going to send a reporter down to cover his speech. And then I'm going to print that speech right on the front page opposite the editorial he wrote attacking the bond issue. I'll nail him to the mast.
Darling, calm down.
I am calm, Natalie. I'm calm.
Just work? Like a charm. Oh, Kathy, man, it's so easy to handle when you got the key. Are you sure you didn't force the lock? Of course I'm sure. In 3 minutes, there will be a knock on that door, and Papa will come in, and he'll say, Patty, I've been thinking it over, and, well, you were right. I should have accepted your invitation to speak for the class, and, well, if it's not too late, maybe you could call Connolly and tell him you've made other arrangements. I'm more powerful than I thought. Man!
Patty,
Yes, Papa?
I have been thinking about your invitation to Connolly.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I would like to tell you something.
Go ahead.
I think it's the best thing you could have done.
You do?
Yeah, and in fact, you can tell him from me that the Chronicle is going to send a reporter down there to cover his speech, and I would like to hear what he has to say about that.
Papa, look, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe you'd reconsider about speaking at the school. Why can't we sit down and talk it over,
Oh, well, we can sit down, but there's nothing to talk about. Everything I have to say from now on, I will say on the front page of the Chronicle.
The Chronicle?
Yeah, I have just declared war on the Evening Express.
Well, what you going to do now, Patty?
What's left? I just started World War III.
Patty?
Hi, Rich.
Kathy told me the bad news.
I've done it again.
No, you haven't. This time you've outdone yourself. You've got 2 speakers who aren't going to speak, and you started a newspaper war.
You know, that's what I like about you, Rich. Whenever things look blackest, you're always there with a word of doom.
I just want you to face facts.
I can't.
Why not?
If I did, I'd kill myself.
You never even asked Connolly to speak, did you?
I may be a lot of things, but I'm not a traitor. I wouldn't go to that scandal sheet if you paid me. Did you know they've been against every bond issue for new schools? The only person I wanted to speak there was my father. Have you ever heard him speak, Richard? He's really great. He gets so excited about everything he says, and he gets everybody else excited. I guess he's just about the greatest speaker in the whole wide world.
Except Monday morning.
Except Monday morning. Don't worry about those tickets, Rich. I'll get them, and you decide where you'd like to have dinner.
Oh, don't worry about that. You can forget our bet. I'm worried about you. The president of the school board is going to be there Monday morning. Your father is sending a reporter, and you haven't got a speaker.
Think anybody will notice?
You could go to Mrs. Donovan and explain.
On Saturday?
Well, what about the...
I tried. She's not listed in the phone book.
Well, there's one other solution.
Oh, I thought of that. But I'm a coward.
Tell your father the truth.
Kathy thought of that. I can't.
Well, why not?
Richard, The reason Papa was not going to school in the first place is because he thought I tried to force him into it. Don't you see, if I go to him now and tell him what I've done, he'll think I'm using even more pressure to get him to do it. I can't. It's my own private little disaster.
Well, if it's any help to you, I'm on your side, Patty.
Sure, it helps, Rich.
Isn't Patty coming down to breakfast?
I don't think she's feeling very well, Uncle Martin.
Well, isn't she going to school today?
I don't know.
This is D-Day, isn't it?
Yes, I guess you could call it that.
You going to be there?
No, but we're sending a photographer and a reporter to cover it.
Uncle Martin, do you really think that's wise?
Yeah, I think so, Kath.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, darling.
Well, bye, everybody.
Aren't you having any breakfast?
I'm not hungry.
Well, I must say you don't seem very happy in your hour of triumph. I mean, it isn't every day that you can convince the managing editor of a newspaper to address your high school class.
It isn't any day.
I guess all the excitement's just gone to my stomach. Papa, I just want you to know that whatever happens, I love you. Bye.
Well, I wonder what's gotten into her.
Guilt feelings, probably. Well, I better get on downtown.
Uncle Martin, may I speak with you a moment, please?
Oh, sure, Kath.
Privately?
Oh, well, why don't we go in the living room?
Ross, you can help me clear.
Haven't you ever heard of the child labor laws, Mom? Besides, I won't eavesdrop.
Ross.
Good morning, students. Well, this is a red-letter day for the class. And on behalf of the entire class, I'd like to thank Patty Lane for arranging to have her father address us. Now, this is Mr. Dratler, the president of the Board of Education. And, of course, you all know Mr. Lewis, our principal. Oh, and Mr. Lane's speech is being covered by the New York Daily Chronicle. Now, before her father speaks, I imagine Patty has a few things she'd like to say to us. Patty?
As you know, my father is the managing editor of a newspaper, and managing editors are very busy people. They are always busy managing their paper, and one person shouldn't really commit another person to do something unless she checks with him. So I'm here to apologize to you because
Because I'm late. I'm sorry about that, but as my daughter said, a newspaper editor is pretty busy editing his newspaper.
Papa.
That's all right, honey. You just sit down and relax and listen to the greatest speaker in the whole wide world. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sing with you. Hi, Nat.
Hi, darling. Well, tell me, how did it go?
I was a smash.
I'm sure you were.
Patty home?
No, she stopped off at Richard's, but she should be home any minute.
Yeah. You know, I may have let myself in for more than I'd bargained for.
What do you mean?
Well, Mrs. Donovan said that next month they're going to have a citywide meeting of all the creative writing classes, and they're looking for a guest speaker.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Papa.
Hi, honey.
Well, I guess you heard.
Yes?
Oh, boy, was I a sensation.
You were?
Oh, yeah. Mrs. Donovan went on and on to the class about how you have to use your imagination when you're picking a guest speaker. All the kids were even telling me how thrilled they were.
Yeah. Incidentally, how was your father?
Oh, Papa was fine. You know, even Mr. Lewis congratulated me.
Well, I'm glad we both had such a triumph.
You know that Mrs. Donovan said I could pick all the guest speakers from now on?
Gee, that's wonderful. She was mentioning something about a conference of creative writers next month.
Yeah, you know who I'm going to get for that?
Well, I have an idea.
The greatest speaker in the whole wide world. Vice President Hubert Humphrey.
What a crazy pair, but they're cousins. times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Patty? What are you doing?
I'm dusting. What does it look like I'm doing?
Oh. May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Don't ever take it up as a profession.
Patty, have we got any steak in the house?
We're having chicken for dinner. What do you want to steak?
Ross, what happened to your eye?
I was attacked by a monster.
Oh, you mean some bully did that to you?
Forget it, Patty. Just tell me where I can find some steak to put on this eye.
No, I'm not going to forget it. What do you think sisters are for? I'm not going to sit here and let something like this happen to you.
Gee, Patty, I didn't think you'd get so steamed up about it.
Well, of course I'm steamed up. Now, who did that?
His name's Jerry Mitchell. He's a new kid at school.
Well,
He's about 3 inches taller than I am, and he weighs about 10 pounds more than I do.
how did the fight start?
I don't know. At recess, he started shoving me around, and when I told him to cut it out, he belted me in the eye.
Come on.
Where are we going?
To school to get his address, and then we're going over to his house, and I'm going to turn him over my knee and give him a thanking he'll remember for the rest of his life.
Are you really?
I told you, no one but no one lays a hand on my kid brother.
Hello, I'm Alan Mitchell.
You are? I'm Patty Lane.
Well, it seems that my little brother Jerry got in a fight with your brother today, and I came by to apologize. We just moved into the neighborhood, and I'm afraid that's a bad way to get started. Oh, boy. Well, if it's any consolation to you, my brother has a black eye, too.
You gave his brother a black eye? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. What? Come in, won't you, Mr. Mitchell?
Alan.
Alan.
Oh, boy.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. Thought they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins. Identical cousins, stand you'll find. They laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
As a matter of fact, we were just on our way over to your house.
Oh? What for?
Well, to apologize.
Apologize?
That's right. As I was saying to Ross, one just doesn't go around getting into fights with new neighbors, does one?
I didn't get into a fight with him. He got into a fight with me.
Ross, why don't you go find yourself a steak, I'm terribly sorry about this. Ross must learn to control his temper.
No, I'm not so sure it was Ross's fault. I have a feeling that Jerry likes to fight.
Well, don't you worry. I have a feeling they're going to be very good friends.
Well, I hope so.
I believe in being neighborly, Alan. Where are you from?
Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah, we just moved here last week.
You planning to stay for a while?
Yes, My dad just bought a sports car agency here in town.
A sports car agency? I love sports cars.
Do you? Well, so do I. I have 3 of them.
You have 3 sports cars?
Yeah, I race them.
I'll bet you win a lot.
I have a few trophies. Yeah. Hey, maybe you'd like to go for a ride sometime.
I'd love to.
All right, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
I've really got to go now and get dressed for a date.
Yeah, I'd better be getting dressed, too. Dinner in the theater, you know. It gets to be such a bore doing the same thing every night.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll have Jerry apologize to Ross.
Oh, don't you do any such thing. I'll have Ross apologize to Jerry. I mean, after all, your brother's new in the neighborhood. And we wouldn't want anyone in your family to get the wrong impression of anyone in our family.
Yeah, well, I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye. See ya. What are you doing with that?
We didn't have any steak in the house. Besides, it's none of your business. You're not a member of my family anymore.
Oh, come on, Ross. I did it for your own good.
You're a Benedict Arnold.
Do you want to be known as the town bully?
No, and I don't want to be known as the town punching bag either.
You're not going to be. You and Jerry Mitchell are going to be very good friends.
Why?
Because he's going to be your brother-in-law.
Oh, Kathy, would you pour some milk, please?
So where's Ross? I haven't seen him since I got home.
He's up in his room, dear.
Well, isn't he coming down for dinner?
Patty, will you go see what your brother's doing?
He's not my brother anymore.
Hattie, have you and Ross been fighting again?
He's been fighting, but not with me.
Oh, I'll get the salad.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, hi, son. Ross, how'd you get that black eye?
By being a bully.
You were in a fight?
Yes, sir.
Well, now, Ross, you know how I feel about things like that.
I couldn't help it, Dad.
Dad, do you think it's neighborly to go around beating up new kids in the neighborhood?
I don't think it's neighborly to go around beating up anybody.
Well, I was minding my own business in the schoolyard, and this new kid named Jerry Mitchell came up to me and started shoving me around. And when I asked him to quit it, he hauled off and belted me in the eye.
Oh. Well, Ross, when somebody behaves that way, there must be a reason for it. Maybe he has a personality problem or something of that kind. But violence is no solution to a problem. Now, you're an intelligent boy. The next time he pushes you around, I want you to use that intelligence. Talk to him. Reason with him.
Well, what if I do all those things and he still won't listen?
Then you can belt him in the eye.
Okay, Jerry. Who is it?
It's Patty. Hi there. Look what I brought you, my transistor radio. You've always wanted it. It's yours.
What's the catch?
Who said anything about a catch? If a sister can't be nice to her own brother, who can she be nice to?
Jerry Mitchell's brother.
Well, it can't hurt you to be nice to Jerry. Now, I want you to invite him to dinner tomorrow night.
Okay, but he won't come.
Why not?
Because tomorrow morning I'm going to punch him in the nose.
You better not.
I thought you were on my side.
I'm on the side of peaceful coexistence. Now, tomorrow morning I want you to go up to Jerry and shake his hand and tell him you're very sorry.
Go up to him, shake his hand, and tell him I'm very sorry.
That's right.
Then I'll punch him in the nose.
Ross, this is your last warning. I don't want to hear of you fighting with Jerry.
Oh, I'll try and keep it quiet.
Try to befriend somebody.
Sisters.
Any luck? He thinks he's Cassius Clay. I don't know what's gotten into him, Kathy. All I know is I'm not going to let him ruin things between Alan and me. What about Richard and you? We can't ruin that. Oh, Kathy, wait till you meet him. He's really something else. Yes, and I think I know what. What? Trouble. Pat, you hardly know Alan, and you're siding with him against your own brother. Just because I'm going out with Alan doesn't mean I'm against Ross. When are you going out with him? The second he asks me.
Hi, Kath.
Ross, what happened?
Nothing.
Jerry Mitchell again, hmm?
At recess, he started shoving me around again. I tried to stay away from his right hook, but then I found out something. He's got a left hook you wouldn't believe.
Who started it?
I did, I guess. I went up to say hello to him, and he hit me in the eye.
It's terrible. Did you hit him back?
Who had a chance?
Ross, you can't come home like this every day. We've got to do something about it.
I know. I'm running out of eyes. I can't do anything about it, Kathy. He's just too big.
Size doesn't mean anything.
You want to bet?
Ross, we're going to fix that young Jerry Mitchell right now.
Where are you going?
I'm going to call someone who's going to teach you how to fight. Hello, Richard. This is Kathy. Could you come right over, please? We have an emergency here. Fine.
You mean to say this kid just came up to you and beat you up without any reason?
Oh, he's got a reason. He's bigger than I am.
Can you teach Ross to box?
I'll do better than that. I'll teach him some judo.
Oh, boy. Can you really do it?
Certainly. I've been training for years.
Will it take long?
I can teach him enough tricks to take care of himself in a couple of hours.
Wonderful. I'll just sit by and watch.
Oh, good. Let me see your muscle. You better put some old clothes on, though. You're going to be falling a lot.
It's certainly nice of you to do this, Richard.
Oh, my pleasure. But why didn't Patty ask me?
Patty?
Well, I mean, it's her brother.
Well, Richard, I think it would be better if we didn't mention this to Patty right now.
Why not?
I think we should surprise her.
Boy, she's really going to be surprised when she learns that I taught Ross, isn't she?
Yes. Hello, Alan? This is Patty.
Patty?
Lane, Ross's older sister.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hi.
Hi. Listen, how's your little brother?
Well, he's fine.
Oh, good. I was worried about him. Look, the reason I called is, well, I wanted to be sure you told him not to worry about Ross bothering him anymore.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about Jerry.
Oh, good, because I wouldn't want him to get the wrong impression of our family.
Well, I'll mention it to him.
Good. How are all your sports cars?
Oh, well, they're fine.
Good. Have you won any races lately?
Since yesterday, no.
Oh, well, you know, I was thinking about it. I mean, after you mentioned it yesterday. It must be wild driving around in a car like that with all that power throbbing inside of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it must give you a great sense of, a power, huh?
Yes, it's really quite a kick.
Yeah. Well, did I tell you I'd never ridden in a sports car?
Yeah, I think you did. If you'll excuse me, I've got to go now.
Oh, you're gonna go driving in your car?
No, I'm going down to Miller's garage and working my carburetor.
You mean you fix cars? Oh, it's marvelous to be able to work with your hands.
Well, thank you for calling.
Oh, that's all right. I was just sitting here thinking, and I thought... Well, I thought I'd like to go out for a breath of fresh air.
And then I thought, no, first I better call and see how your little brother is. You say he's okay, huh?
Yes, he's fine.
Oh, well, that's good, because I was really worried about him. By the way, isn't my house right on the way to Miller's garage?
No, Miller's garage is right around the corner from here.
Oh, well, then you can practically walk there, can't you?
Well, I mean, if you didn't need your car to fix it when you got there.
Yes.
I mean, you say your brother's really all right, huh?
Yes, I'm sure he's fine. Thank you for calling now. Bye.
All right, feet set. All right, now throw a punch at me. Oh, wait a minute. Not so fast. You gotta go slower. I can't teach you. Oh, all right. Throw another punch. Parry with the left, grab the wrist, twist the arm up behind, and hold onto the shirt. You got it?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, you try.
Go ahead. Throw a punch at.
Now, come in a little closer. All right, okay. Parry, grab. Okay, Ross.
Hey, I got it.
Yeah, you're breaking my arm, too.
Well, it didn't take long to learn that at all, did it?
I can teach him enough tricks so he'll throw that Jerry Mitchell around the schoolyard like a basketball. Ross, I'm supposed to be teaching you.
Oh, sorry. Just get carried away.
You need more than one hold anyway. Okay, now. Come in a little closer and get your feet apart.
All right.
I'm going to show you the kick-back throw. You step in, grab the shoulders, and kick. Ross, you want to learn or don't you?
Hi, Kathy. Have I had any calls? Not since I've been home. You sure? Yes. I mean, you're sure Alan Mitchell didn't call me? Was he supposed to? Well, I happened to run into him at Miller's garage, and he said he might call. What were you doing at Miller's garage? Never mind. You know, Kathy, you'll never know how different a car looks from underneath. I beg your pardon. Well, I mean, they keep all kinds of secret things under there. Patty, do you mean to tell me you crawled under a car to talk to Alan Mitchell? Of course not. It was up on a rack. You know, he really looks cute in overalls with grease all over him. By the way, have you seen Ross? I don't think he's home from school yet. Oh, I just want to make sure he stops picking on poor little Jerry Mitchell. Been picking on poor little Jerry Mitchell again?
Very funny.
Did you use the judo hold Richard taught you?
Sure I did. Only he got out of it and flipped me over.
What about the kickback throw?
I tried everything.
Well, don't you worry, Ross. We're not licked yet.
What do you mean, we?
You say this kid knows judo?
I'll say he does.
I'll bet you he doesn't know karate, and that's what I'm going to teach you.
Are you sure it works?
Have I ever failed you? Never mind. I promise you, tomorrow this kid's going to be running from you in terror. Get up.
He is?
Sure, it's the most dangerous thing there is. Notice anything special about my hand?
It needs washing.
It's a deadly weapon.
It is?
As a matter of fact, in a lot of states, a karate expert has to register his hand with the proper authorities. Now watch this. First you get the balance. Then aim. Perfect aim. A lot of concentration. Then take a deep breath. You notice the aim? Keep your eye on that. Now watch.
You're right. It is a deadly weapon.
I think you're right, Richard. Ross does need some fundamental training.
There you are. A week with these and Ross will look like Samson.
Good. Well, should we... Richard. Richard! Those are for Ross, shall we call him?
Oh, okay.
Thought I'd fix that thing. I'll just stay like that till I get my tools.
This is one of the best bodybuilders there is.
Hello, Uncle Martin.
Hello, Pat.
Oh, hi, Mr. Lane. Can I help you?
Oh, gee, thank you, Richard. That's very nice. Oh, I'll need that in the house.
Oh,
Thanks a lot.
those are pretty tricky. You gotta take it easy at first. Now, wait a minute, Ross. You gotta do this right. First, we gotta make sure your thumbs are folded down right. There, like that. Okay. Now, I want you to think of all your strength being in your shoulders, your arms, and your wrists. And when I say pull, I want you to pull with all your might. Are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay. Ready? Pull!
Are you all right here?
That was great, Ross. Come on, get up.
I can't.
Why not?
Well, there's no strength in my little legs. It's all gone to my shoulders, arms, and wrists.
You know what the trouble with you is?
What?
Psychological. You know what I mean, Kath?
I think so.
What you need is confidence, see?
Yeah.
What you should do is say to yourself, I'm stronger than he is, I can beat him.
Yeah.
Well, say it.
I'm stronger than he is. I can beat him.
Say it again.
I'm stronger than he is. I can beat him.
Once more.
I'm stronger than he is. I can beat him.
Did you say I'm stronger than he is, I can beat him?
I didn't get a chance.
Why not?
When I opened my mouth, he stuck his fist in it.
You're kidding.
Do I look like I'm kidding? Oh, it was pitiful. I tried judo and he threw me. Then I played my ace card. I started that karate move you showed me. You're right, it's murder.
Oh, hi, Rich. Holy cow, you look like a disaster area. What happened?
Nothing.
Don't tell me you've been fighting with little Jerry Mitchell again.
Patty, you've got it all wrong. Jerry Mitchell has been beating up Ross. That's why I've been teaching Ross self-defense.
Self-defense?
Yeah, you know, defending himself.
You've been what?
Yeah, it was Kath's idea.
Thanks a lot, cousin. Well, someone had to do something about Ross. Well, somebody is going to do something about Ross right now.
What's the matter, Patty?
I'd rather not go into it at the moment. I'll get it.
Hi.
Hi, Alan.
May I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, let's go someplace quiet.
It's Jerry Mitchell's brother.
Come on in, Alan.
Thank you.
This is my cousin Kathy, this is Alan Mitchell, and this is Richard Harrison.
Hi.
Alan is a brother of a friend of Ross's.
A what of mine?
Yes, Jerry mentioned to me that you two had another fight today.
Oh, I'm sure it was just a friendly little argument. You know how those things happen.
I've told Jerry 1,000,000 times not to get in any fights.
Then why is he always fighting?
Well, I guess it's my fault. I taught him a little boxing and some judo and karate, and it must have gone to his head.
No, it went to mine.
He told me that you tried to use some of that against him. You shouldn't have, you know. He's really pretty good.
Good, he's an expert.
And so will Ross be when I'm through teaching him. He just needs a little practice.
Now, look, it's not a good idea to encourage this sort of thing.
Who says so?
Oh, look, why don't we all go down and have a nice soda, huh?
Look, you shouldn't fool around with things you don't understand.
How about a milkshake?
Things I don't understand. I've been studying judo for 3 years.
How, by correspondence?
Sunday.
Come out in the backyard and I'd be glad to give you a little demonstration.
A banana split.
Now, look, I wouldn't want to take advantage of you.
Don't worry. You won't be. We'll be right back.
What are you going to do?
Teach your friend here a little lesson.
Listen, my car is right outside. As soon as I get finished with him, I'll take you on that drive I promised you, okay?
I gotta see this.
Patty, are you just going to stand there and let this happen? Kathy, it's been happening since time began. Brave men fighting over the woman they love. Who am I to fly in the face of tradition? You mean you're not going to do anything? And embarrass both of them? You really don't know much about male psychology, do you? Oh! Let's go! What happened?
He's out cold.
Who is?
What do you think?
Richard! What happened? I thought you were an expert.
How much can you learn through the mail?
Well, I'm ready if you are. We can take a drive along the Merritt Parkway.
Do you think I would go out with a bully like you?
A bully like me?
Of course, look what you've done to him.
Ow!
I'm sorry. Don't you worry, I'll take very good care of you, Richard.
I don't understand.
How could you understand? You and your big moose of a brother are too busy going around beating up the neighborhood. I will thank you, Mr. Mitchell, to leave and never darken my doorway again. I'll show you to the door.
Yes. You know, I thought I understood women.
Oh, I'm sure you do. You just don't understand Patty.
What he didn't tell me was he was boxing champ in college. Boy, did he make me feel like an amateur.
Oh, Richard, I'm so sorry it happened.
Oh, it was worth it, Mrs. Lane. You should have seen the way Patty lit into him.
Well, I should hope so.
You know, she's over there now straightening out that moose of a brother of his.
Don't you think it would be better if we just forgot the whole thing?
Yeah, maybe we ought to keep these feuds confined to the family and not involve strangers.
Well, I don't want to feud anymore. I feel like I got my sister back again.
How'd it go, champ?
Richard, here's a steak for you. Ross, here's a steak for you.
What's the chicken for?
That is a rough family.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two.
Dad, I'm lending me $10.
Oh, well, then I strongly suggest that you get into another line of work. When it comes to asking your father for money, there is no fresh approach.
Isn't that kind of a defeatist attitude?
Maybe. But I certainly wouldn't bother him right now. He's edgy enough about this dinner.
Oh? Who's coming?
Eloise Sutton.
Doesn't she write the society column for his paper?
Yes, and her contract's up for renewal, and your father's very worried that he might lose her.
Poor Dad. He's really got his hands full. I mean, trying to run a whole newspaper office and then trying to keep us happy at home.
Yes, and I'm glad that you're beginning to understand that, darling.
Oh, I do. And I certainly wouldn't bother him tonight about $10. I mean, compared to his problem, what's a measly $10?
Good.
Mom?
Yeah?
Would you lend me a measly $10?
Pass.
Just thought I'd ask.
Hi, girls.
Hi.
Gee, the table looks nice, Nat.
Well, thank you, darling. After all, Eloise Sutton is your society editor. Martin.
Oh, sorry.
Dad, I've just made a very important decision.
Namely?
When I go to college, I do not want you to buy me a brand new car.
Oh, well, that's very noble of you, especially since I wasn't planning to buy you even a brand old car.
Oh, no car at all then. And since I'm willing to make that great sacrifice, could I please have $10?
Patty, now you know this is going to be a rough evening for me. I'd think instead of accentuating the negative, you'd try to think of some way to help.
Oh, I'll help. What do you want me to do?
Well, you can begin by seeing that nobody disturbs us.
Okay.
And another thing you could do to help would be to take care of Pierre while Miss Sutton is here.
She's bringing her son?
No, her dog.
Oh, Martin, you didn't tell me she was bringing that spoiled little dog.
Well, the sitter canceled at the last minute.
A sitter? For a dog?
Why couldn't she get another sitter?
Listen, you just can't find a registered nurse at a moment's notice.
Let's get one thing straight, Martin. I am not going to set a place at this dining room table for a dog.
Well, of course not. He can eat at the kitchen table with Patty.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! Thought they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll. The hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins. Identical cousins, and you'll find. They laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
That was a lovely dinner, Mrs. Lane.
Thank you.
Say thank you to Mrs. Lane, Pierre.
You're welcome.
You're very understanding. You know, there are people who object to eating at the same table with Pierre.
Not really.
Well, it takes all kinds. Personally, I think it's rather novel to eat with a dog.
Martin, please, don't use the word D-O-G in front of Pierre. It humiliates him.
Sorry. Eloise, about the contract, have you looked at it?
Yes, I found it very amusing reading.
Oh, come on now, Eloise, that's a pretty good deal. I mean, it's a nice increase and lots of benefits.
Oh, I think Pierre's getting fidgety. Let's talk about it when I come back from Palm Beach.
Shall we have coffee in the living room?
Hi, company still here?
Yeah,
I thought you ate at Billy's house.
they had vegetable cutlets. Want to split a liverwurst sandwich with me?
Ugh, no.
Oh, more for me.
Ross, remember last month when you said you'd never forget that favor I did for you?
Yeah. What was it you did for me, anyway?
Oh, well, that doesn't matter. The point is I need $10 desperately, and I've exhausted every other source but you.
You know what?
What?
You just exhausted your last source. What's that?
That belongs to Eloise Sutton.
Scat! Get away from me.
Ross, that is no way to talk to a dog.
Oh, it's a dog.
Well, Pierre, baby, what happened? Oh, someone must have spoken sharply to him. Now he can't bear that. Pierre, baby, it's all right. Everything's going to be all right. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the tweetop. It's the only way to calm him down. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Isn't that uncanny?
He's just like a baby.
Worse.
The poor dear's going to be 4 days without me while I'm on that assignment in Palm Beach. And would you believe it? I think he already knows that I'm going.
Really?
Poor thing will go absolutely to pieces. He knows I'll have to put him in that Kennel. You see, I can't even get away with spelling it anymore. Oh, I'd do anything rather than have to put him in that you-know-what.
You mean to tell me there isn't a good one somewhere?
No. Why, they all treat their, like animals.
Well, can't you find someone who'd take care of them in their home while you're gone as a favor?
A favor? Well, I'd pay if only I could find the right someone. Pierre is so choosy. You know, I think he's a bit of a snob.
Wonder where he could have picked that up.
Would you like some more coffee, Eloise?
No, thank you.
Hold it.
What are you doing?
Never mind.
What I really should do is get a companion for Pierre on a full-time basis. But who can afford it on my salary?
Oh, now, Eloise.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know you still had company.
Oh, that's all right, Patty. Eloise, this is our daughter, Patty. Patty, this is Eloise Sutton.
How do you do?
How do you do? Oh, what a little darling. Hello there, sweetheart. Well, hello. What's his name?
Pierre, he likes you, Patty.
Oh, all dogs like me.
Pierre likes so few people.
Oh, really?
Martin, look, he loves Patty.
Oh, and I just love him. Miss Sutton, if you ever want to go away and leave him, I'd be very happy to take care of him for you. Well, it was nice to meet both of you.
Patty, wait a moment.
Yes?
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, Patty, would you?
Would I what?
Look after Pierre while I'm gone.
Oh, well, I don't know. That's up to my mother and father.
Martin?
Natalie?
Who can I pass the buck to?
Mrs. Lane, I'd be terribly grateful. Terribly.
Well, it might be kind of fun for the kids, huh, Nat?
Well, if it's all right with you, Martin.
Well,
Oh, of course I'd want to pay Patty for her trouble.
Oh, no.
Oh, I would insist on giving you something.
Oh, no.
Well, at least let me pay you what I'd give the kennel, $15.
Oh, no.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it.
Oh, no. I mean, $10 would be just fine. Now, is there anything I ought to know about Pierre?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did make up a list of instructions for the kennel. A few simple do's and don'ts. I have them right here. Now, if you'll just follow this and pay particular attention to pages 5 and 19, you should have no problem, dear.
Natalie, I don't know what you're making such a fuss about. That dog is only going to be here for a couple of days.
4 is an odd couple.
Well, why get upset in advance? Now, Patty has promised to be completely responsible for him. The least we can do is show a little faith in her. Well...
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy got away from me.
Oh, that's okay. Hi there, little fella. How are you? You know, I think he said he was fine.
Oh,
Come on, Natalie. Why don't you break down and admit he's cute?
I'll admit it when I break down.
Mom, do you have any monosodium glutamate?
Yes, dear, it's on the top shelf in the spice rack. What do you want it for?
For Pierre's dinner.
You're kidding.
No, it says right here in the instructions. Page 13. For dinner, Pierre must have half a pound of freshly ground sirloin sprinkled liberally with monosodium glutamate.
Now I've heard everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hope you don't mind, Mom. I'm using that hamburger that was in the refrigerator.
Well, it's not sirloin and it's not freshly ground.
How's he gonna know? He's just a dog. My sweet little doggy. There you are, Pierre. Pierre, that's perfectly good meat. Pierre! Oh.
What happened?
Oh, I tried to give him that hamburger, and I guess I insulted him.
Oh, that's okay, fella. Now, come on, perk up. Everything's all right.
That's not going to do any good, Martin.
Why not?
Don't you remember what Miss Sutton said? You've got to sing Rockabye Baby.
Right. Pierre. Rockabye baby in the... That's not working. Mom, you sing to him.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, come on, Natalie, you have to.
I've put in my time with Rockabye Baby. Suppose you try.
Me?
Oh, Papa, please, if you don't calm him down soon, he'll have a nervous breakdown. It says so in the instructions.
But... Okay, I will. Rockabye, rockabye baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock.
It's working, Papa. I think he loves you.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. It's probably just the timbre of my voice.
Oh, Martin, I always said you were irresistible.
I guess I am.
Oh, that's perfect, Pierre. Just like Mommy fixed it.
Hi.
Oh, did you get the bubble bath?
Yep. Mr. Sparrow at the drugstore said he'd like to know how you like this particular brand of bubble bath.
You didn't tell him it's for the dog?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I see your point.
You all right?
Yeah, fine. Why?
Well, that won't tell you the temperature of the water.
I'm measuring it, stupid. It's not supposed to be any more than 4 inches deep.
Oh.
Good. Okay, now. 1 level tablespoon of La Rose bubble bath. There we go.
That doesn't smell like $1.75 to me. I'll bet you could have used the bubble bath you use.
Ross, when a dog knows the difference between chopped meat and sirloin, I don't kid around. Okay, Pierre, here we go. Oh, don't look so unhappy. You're gonna like it a lot. See? Isn't that nice? Oh, that's good.
He likes it.
Oh, I forgot his towels. Now you stay there.
These towels have to be baked?
Ross, will you please get out of here and let me do this alone?
Oh, boy. Good luck.
Pierre? Oh. Oh, be careful. The dog is wet.
I know.
What are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm just playing Pierre's favorite game, fetch the ball.
You mean when you play fetch the ball with Pierre, you have to do the fetching?
Yes, something like that. I'm coming, Pierre, I'm coming. Extend their advertising contract for an additional 6 months.
Good.
Now, as far as Eloise Sutton is concerned, TJ, I think I can say that her renewal is practically in the bag.
How can you be so sure?
Well, let's just say that she's under a slight obligation to me.
But what about this rumor that the Evening Express has made her a very attractive offer?
TJ, believe me, if she doesn't sign with us for another year, she won't have another year.
Hello? Just a moment, please. For you.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. Hello?
Papa, I know you're busy, but this is a crisis. Pierre is crying again, and no matter how much I sing to him, he won't stop.
Well, now, Patty, I'm in the middle of a very important meeting.
I know, Papa, but he's really carrying on. You've got to sing to him.
Patty, that's ridiculous.
Papa, if you don't sing to him, he could have a nervous breakdown. And then when Miss Sutton comes back, she'll...
All right, put him on.
Okay. Take it away.
Rock-a-bye, baby.
Louder, Papa.
Rock-a-bye, baby.
Papa, you've got to sing out.
Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Patty, I forbid you, I absolutely forbid you ever to call me at the office again about that animal. You have no idea how embarrassing it is. Now, he is your responsibility, not mine. And you have to carry that responsibility out. And if you... Will you shut up?
Papa, you're not supposed to talk to him like that. Miss Sutton says... Hey, it worked.
Well, it's time somebody took that dog in hand. You, out!
Papa, you did it! You solved the whole problem. Boy, has Miss Sutton had a wrong number on that dog. Hey, Ross, wait till you hear Papa's a regular lion tamer with that dog. I think he's really got the problem licked.
You licked him? No wonder he went out the back door.
He went out the...
Oh, no. And you let him?
He scooted out as I was going in.
Ross. I thought I heard voices. Honey, there was a phone
But
call
not now,
for you.
not now.
But it was from Eloise Sutton. She's back in town.
Eloise is back?
Yeah, she finished a day early and she can't wait to see Pierre. How's that for luck?
Oh, brother. Well, don't just stand there. Let's find
Any luck?
No.
Did you sing?
Are you kidding?
Of course, you gotta sing. It's the only thing that soothes him. Now, come on.
Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the... Thanks, Mrs. Hartley. Oh, the sun shines bright on my own Kentucky home.
Ross, what are you doing?
This could be the start of a whole new career for me.
Stick to Rockabye Baby, will you?
Pierre! Here, Pierre! Rock-a-bye, baby! Have you seen him? Is he back here?
No, isn't he out there?
No.
Eloise is here. She's just getting out of the cab.
Oh,
boy.
Here she is.
Well, what am I going to do now? I mean, Eloise will never forgive me for this. And I told TJ I had her in the bag.
no. Oh, Papa, I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do.
How about combing your hair over your face and barking?
Ross.
Hey, wait a minute. That's not a bad idea.
Dad, please, get a hold of yourself.
No, I didn't mean that. I mean, just maybe we could stall her for a little. Maybe. Patty, you keep looking for that dog, and Ross, you come with me. Okay.
Well, would you like some coffee, Eloise?
Oh, no, thanks. I just want to pick up Pierre and run. Where is my precious darling?
Right here, my love.
Oh, Martin, you sweet.
Natalie, how about some coffee?
Well, I just asked
No, I
Eloise,
really must run, Martin.
Well, you just can't. Pierre is upstairs having a farewell bath, so he'll look lovely for your reunion. Listen.
His voice sounds strange. He doesn't have a cold, does he?
Oh, of course not.
Well, has he been happy here?
Have you ever heard a happier bark?
Pierre? Pierre, where are you? Pierre, come back here. Pierre, what are you doing in there? Come out of there. Now, come on, hurry up. Your mommy's waiting at home. Will you get out of there? Don't you hear me? Come here, Pierre. Come here, sweetheart. You come out of there. Okay, this to me. Now, come on, let's get out of here. Come on.
We're stuck. Do you think Patty will be much longer?
I hope not. Oh, you mean with the bat? No, of course not.
I do hope Pierre hasn't been too much trouble.
Oh, believe me, there are times we don't even know there's a dog in the house.
Eloise, about the contract, why don't you give up the pleasure of keeping me dangling and sign it?
I thought about it, Martin, and I decided you'd never try to put anything over on me, right?
Help! I'm stuck in this thing! Oh, what I wouldn't give for a couple of pounds of butter. Hey, kid! Kid, come here! What do you want? Come closer, kid. Why not? You're not getting any of my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh, look, honey, I don't want your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Just come here, please. That's what they all say. And then they steal your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Honest, I'm not going to take your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, look. Look, all I want you to do is you see that red firebox over there? Okay, now I want you to go over there and ring it for me, okay? You're not supposed to ring the fire alarm. My mother told me. Well, I know, but you're allowed to ring it in an emergency, honest. Is this emergency? Oh, yeah, it's a big emergency. Now go on over there and ring the box. Okay. Thank you. Now what? What's emergency? Look, Sonny. You like peanut butter and jelly, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. Now look, that fire alarm is connected to the peanut butter and jelly fire department. And if you go over and pull the alarm, you can have all the peanut butter and jelly you want. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, boy.
Say, that fire sounds pretty close, doesn't it? I think I'd better take a look.
Why don't you?
Good.
Eloise, would you like some more coffee?
Oh, no, thank you. I must run. I think I'll go upstairs and give Patty a hand with Pierre.
Wait a minute, Eloise. I'm sure Patty would prefer it if you'd let her finish that by herself.
Now, Martin, I'm just taking Pierre home, not to a beauty contest.
Yeah, but you see, Eloise, you're going to ruin the whole thing for Patty.
Martin, I can't wait. You realize I haven't seen my little darling for 3 whole days?
Yeah, but Eloise, if you just wait another minute, please.
Martin, don't be ridiculous. Pierre, darling, Mama. Oh. How are you, Patty? Oh, it's wonderful to see him. Thank you for taking such good care of him.
Oh, I enjoy taking care of him. He's such a little darling.
Well, it's just marvelous to see him.
Yeah, it sure is.
He does seem a little thirsty. You do have filtered water, don't you, Martin?
Oh, I wouldn't be without it. Ross, follow me.
Thank you.
Honey, how did you do it?
It was easy, Papa. I had the help of some very cooperative firemen. See you, fellas. Thanks a lot.
Well, thanks a lot, Patty, for all your trouble.
Oh, what trouble?
Martin, how can I ever thank you?
You signed the contract, Eloise.
Well, I'm off.
Hey, look what I found in the front yard.
No, don't shout. There's another way to bring him back.
Oh, yes, we know.
Me.
Rock-a-bye. Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Upper Heights. What a crazy even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Butterscotch whip.
Sounds dreamy.
Must be great to be crazy in love. You just never seem to get hungry.
Poor Louis. I guess he's too old to understand people like us.
Aren't we lucky, Rich? I mean, we found the someone we want, and we know that that special someone is always going to be there.
Yeah, it's spooky. Drives everything else out of your mind. Yowie!
What is it?
I forgot to tell Louis to put sprinkles on.
Patty. Hi, Cynthia. Wait till I tell you. You know Roddy Dawson, the new football captain?
Only to say hello. He's really someone else, isn't he?
Patty, that's what he says about you.
Roddy Dawson?
Himself. My brother told me that he is dying to date you.
He is? Why doesn't he ask me?
Because of Richard.
What about him?
Well, he knows that you and Richard are a thing, you know. Well, anyway, I thought you'd like to know what might have been with you and Roddy Dawson.
Thanks, Cynthia. Bye.
Here you are, Patty. Big Guinness, wild.
Richard, I've been wondering.
About what?
Don't you think we're too young to go steady?
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette are Patty loves to rock and roll. The hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet! Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Poor Richard, he must have been terribly upset. Well, he was at first. But I explained to him how wrong it was for people as young as us, and babes in the woods practically, to get so deeply involved. I see. And then I tried to tell him that, well, how unfair it was to him for me to monopolize all his time. Yes, of course. How dangerous. Kathy, have you any idea how many people ruin their entire lives by rushing into early marriages? No, how many? Well, you'd be amazed. I dare say. What's his name, Pat? Whose name? The boy who suddenly made you feel you were being unfair to Richard. Why, Catherine, what a thing to say. I'm sorry.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Kathy.
Oh, hi, Rich. Sit down.
Do you think that's such a good idea, considering?
Well, just because we broke up doesn't mean we have to be strangers.
No, I think if we're going to break, we ought to break clean.
Well, that's very mature of you, Richard.
So if you don't mind, I'll sit over there.
See you around.
Yeah.
Hi, Patty.
Oh, hi, Cynthia.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but, what's with Richard?
Cynthia, can you keep a secret?
Of course.
You won't tell us all?
My lips are sealed.
Well, Richard and I have decided to cool it.
You mean you're...
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, we're still very good friends, but we both feel we shouldn't spend so much time together.
Excuse me, Patty, my ice cream's getting cold. I hope everything works out for the best.
Now watch the signal drums begin to pound. Well, mission accomplished. You
The only thing I feel pretty flaky about is Richard. I mean, it takes a pretty special person to understand him. I hope he won't be too lonely without me. Oh, I don't think you'll have to worry about that. Well, I'm glad he doesn't have to eat alone. If things keep going the way they are going, he might not get to eat at all. He was never that funny when I dated him.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Rich.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I had to tell the coach something about the cheerleading. Is practice over yet?
Just finished. How's things?
Oh, just fine. How's things with you?
Can't complain. Take care.
See ya. Hi, Roddy. Remember me?
Sure, you're Patty Lane. Hi.
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 Nice talking to you, Patty.
Hi, Patty. You seen Richard?
He just left.
That's Roddy's latest, Dee Dee Lavelle. He certainly can pick 'em.
And drop him. Cynthia, yesterday you said your brother told you that Roddy was ape for me.
Yeah, how about that? It just proves, Patty. Go figure a man. You know, my brother told me she's already got Roddy's class ring.
You know something about your brother?
What?
He talks too much.
Patty,
Yes, Papa?
you sure you don't want to go to that lecture with us?
Oh, no, this book is fascinating. Have a good time.
Hey, Patty, you're not sorry you broke up with Richard, are you?
Oh, no, Papa. It was the mature thing to do.
Well, it's certainly more sensible at your age to play the field. Have you met any interesting new boys?
Oh, yes, Gads. The phone hasn't stopped ringing.
Don't overdo the social world.
I'll try not to.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Enjoy yourself. Well, don't just sit there. Ring. Operator, this is 624-1098. Would you please ring back and check the line? I think it's out of order.
Certainly. Hang up, please.
Hi, this is Patty Lane. Who's this?
This is the operator. Your line seems to be in order.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Rich.
I just came by to return this history book.
Oh, thank you. Won't you come in?
Well, just for a sec. I'm meeting Cynthia at the malt shop.
Oh.
Gosh, the old place hasn't changed a bit.
No, not in 3 whole days.
I'm sure flies.
Yes.
How's things?
Oh, just great. How's things with you?
Oh, great. I've been seeing a lot of Cynthia.
She's a lovely girl.
But I haven't forgot what you told me about not getting tied down. I'm also dating Millie, Molly, Julie, Alice, and Leela.
That's very mature of you, Richard.
How about yourself, Patty? You been busy?
Oh, wildly.
Who you been seeing?
Well, to tell you the truth, Richard, all the boys at school seem terribly young to me now.
Are you waiting for a call?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I was expecting a call from, Keith.
Keith?
Yes. Didn't I ever mention Keith Caldwell? He's this terribly rich and social boy I met up in New Hampshire this summer. He was there for skiing.
In the summertime?
Oh, well, when you're that rich, Richard, you can afford to import your own snow.
Keith Caldwell, huh?
Yes.
You know, he's top man in his class at this very exclusive military academy.
No kidding.
And captain of the firing squad.
Gee.
Oh, yes. Keith drove down today to show me his new Alfa Rodolfo.
He's got an Alfa Rodolfo?
Why, is that something?
Patty, how come you never mentioned this hotshot Caldwell before?
Well, Richard, one doesn't like to drop names, does one? Richard, it's awfully chilly in here. Would you mind checking to see if I left the back door open?
Oh, sure, Patty.
Thank you.
Operator?
Hello, this is 624-1098. Would you mind checking to see if this number is working?
Certainly.
Door's okay, Patty.
Oh, good. Hello?
Is this 624-1098?
Just a minute, please. It's the long-distance operator. Would you excuse me?
Oh, sure.
Hello?
This is the operator.
Why, yes, Kent. Hello, dear.
Kent? I thought you said his name was Keith.
Oh, well, he's calling from Kent, Connecticut. Yes? Well, of course I'm glad you called.
624-1098?
Yes, operator, my party's on the line. Yes, Keith, dear, you were saying? Oh, dancing at the Peabody Room? I adore to. And then dinner at Le Magnifique? Oh, Keith, you're too much. Of course I do, silly boy. All right, dear, see you then. Ta-ta.
What's wrong with that phone?
Hello?
Is this 624-1098?
Yes, operator, and everything is fine. Thank you.
Wow, Patty. You're really living it up with this Caldwell guy.
Yes, dear Keith can deny me nothing.
I guess we're both doing pretty good.
I guess so.
And just think, Patty, if it wasn't for you, we'd still be stuck with each other.
Why, yes, Bruce, thank you. I'd love to. No, I don't know if she does have a date. Hold on a moment. Bruce's cousin is coming in from New Jersey to spend the weekend with him. Would you like him to take you to the dance? No, thanks. Bruce, she says... What's he like? What is your cousin like, Bruce? His name is Arthur, and he's very intelligent. Forget it. I know the type. Well, you could be wrong, Patty. Ask if he plays chess. Bruce, does your cousin play chess by any chance? Interborough champion. About 4 feet tall. How tall is he, Bruce? No, it is stocking feet. Forget it. He says he's still growing. How much will he grow by Saturday? Bruce, does your cousin... How is his eyesight? No, I've never met him. Honest. Patty says he has a wonderful sense of humor. I'll bet it comes in handy. Bruce, Patty says thank you very much anyway, but she can't make it. All right, fine. I'll see you Saturday. Goodbye. Pat, I ran into Richard today, and he tried to pump me about this terrific boy you met up in New Hampshire last summer. What'd you tell him? Well, I just listened. Patty, the only boy up in New Hampshire last summer was about 8 years old. No, I think he was nearly 10. Why did you do a thing like that? Well, I had to come up with something. Since I broke up with Richard, nobody's even asked me for the right time. Now he's suddenly Charlie Irresistible. I'm afraid you made a mistake, Patty. You made Keith sound so glamorous, none of the other boys will ever come near you. Yeah. Boys sure are chicken. Patty, how about this? Why don't you start a rumor that you and Keith had a terrible fight and broke up? Kathy, you want me to tell a fib? Hey, Patty. Oh, I'll see you in a minute, Nicky. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Rich.
Hi, Pat.
Say hello to Irving.
Oh, he's very cute.
Richard insisted that I have him. And he's getting me a corsage to wear to the dance.
Oh, well, you're finally learning how to treat a lady, huh, Rich?
Yeah, Cynthia's teaching me.
Oh. Gee, I'm awfully sorry we won't be able to join you at the dance tonight.
Yeah, you told me. Keith's taking you to La Go-Go East.
Oh, did I mention that? Yes, we've come to think of it as our place.
I'm so sorry that we won't be able to meet him.
Oh, you probably will.
What? I mean, where?
At your house before the dance. I'm driving Bruce over to pick up Kathy.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary, Richard.
Yes, it is. Otherwise, Kathy will have to walk. Bruce doesn't have a car, and neither does Arthur. Hey, you think Keith will show up in his Alfa Rodolfo? I'd really like to see it.
Well, I really don't know what time he's going to get there, Rich.
Well, we can wait. Well, we'll see you tonight.
Yeah. Bye, Irving. Boy. Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock. Shouldn't we be going? What's your hurry, Kathy? It'll go on for hours. Patty? Keith should be along any minute. I'd like you all to meet him, really. Keith? I suppose so. Richard, would you get the door, please?
You bet.
Do you think he'll be wearing his uniform?
Yes, I suppose so.
Telegram for you, Patty.
Oh, thank you, Richard. Oh, it's from Keith. Darling, I can hardly bear each long moment until I'm there. Love, Keith. Isn't that thoughtful?
You never even sent me a postcard.
Postcard? We've only been dating for 3 days.
Oh, here he comes now.
I'll get it.
Thank you, Richard.
I didn't hear his Alfa Rodolfo drive up.
Oh, well, that's because it has one of those very special foreign mufflers.
For you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, aren't these beautiful? Oh. Roses are red, violets are blue, orchids are sweet. These are you, adoringly, Keith. Aren't they charming?
In an ostentatious way.
That must be him. I'll get it.
Is this the Lane residence?
Yes, where's Mr. Caldwell?
Oh, the dispatcher said
Oh,
it was
he
supposed
sent this note, huh?
What? No.
Wait in the cab, I'll be right there. Patty? What is it? It's a note from Keith. Forgive me, darling. Will you join me at the Ritz? I ran into an old friend from Paris. Well, have a nice evening. Ta-ta.
Boy, what an operator.
He certainly is.
Well, there are 2 over there, Martin.
Bus 108, now leaving at Gate 3 for Newark, Elizabeth, Trenton, and Camden.
Maybe you don't know it, miss, but we've got a water shortage.
Beg your pardon?
That was your 8th trip to the fountain.
Sorry.
You've been around here a long time. What bus are you waiting for?
Well, I'm not really waiting for any bus. I kind of like sitting around bus stations.
I think you'd be better off home in bed.
Bus 110, now leaving for Hoboken, Jersey City, Plainfield, and Morristown.
Hurry! You'll miss your bus, All right, Arthur, you missed your bus. Well, you'll make the next one. Hey, let's sit down. We don't have too long before the next bus comes anyway. Hey, how about that dance?
It was wonderful. I'm hungry.
There's an idea.
I need a horse. How much more time before the big express?
I don't know, about 20 minutes.
I don't think Patty's home yet.
Huh. Oh, I forgot to turn off the garage light. I'll be right back.
All right, dear. I'll get the coffee started.
Good night, Keith. It was a lovely evening. I'm sorry it's too late to let you in. Good night. Drive carefully.
They just don't kiss goodnight like they used to. After you. Patty, you amaze me.
I sort of flabbergast myself, Papa.
What can I say to her after all that?
I'll say it for you. I told a pack of lies, which is not only wrong and bad and unethical, it's dumb.
I'm forced to agree.
Don't worry, Papa. I'm ready to take the consequences.
What consequences are those, dear?
Well, I've lost Richard and nobody else wants me. I'll probably go the rest of my life without dating another boy.
Anybody up?
Richard, what are you doing here?
Cynthia gave me the air. Because I wouldn't take her to some clip joint called the Go-Go East.
La Go-Go East.
Yeah, I told Cynthia that Keith was taking me there tonight.
He took off already, huh?
Yeah, he had to go racing. Richard, there is no Keith Caldwell. There never was. I made him up.
Patty, you made it up to make me jealous.
Oh, well,
Richard, you're very perceptive. Darling, I think our coffee's ready.
Good.
In the kitchen.
Patty, you arranged all that jazz, the telegram and the flowers and all, just for me.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, do you think we could start going steady again?
I'd love to.
Don't worry, mature people like us won't let ourselves get too involved.
I don't think there's anything wrong with getting a little involved. Pat? What are you daydreaming about? Nothing. I was just thinking, Kath. Wouldn't it be wild if there really was a Keith Caldwell and years from now we ran into each other? Patty, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. He was just a figment of your imagination. I know. But he was such a cute figment. I'll get it. Hello? Yes, this is the Lane residence. Who's this? Mr. Caldwell? It's Richard trying to put me on. So, this is Mr. Caldwell, Well, listen, Mr. Caldwell, you may think this is funny, but I think it's just dumb. It's not smart, it's dumb. Because I think practical jokes are the lowest form of humor. And another thing, Mr. Caldwell. Really, that Richard, his sense of humor is so infantile. You think he'd stop needling me when... Hello? It's him again. Listen, stupid. If you don't stop bugging me, you're going to regret it. I think you're being cruel and inhuman and dumb.
Hi, Patty. What's all the yelling about?
Oh, nothing. There ought to be a law against invasion of privacy by telephone.
Sounds like a good idea. Where's your mother?
In the den.
Here I am, dear.
Hi, hon.
Hello.
Any calls for me?
No, dear. Who are you expecting to hear from?
Oh, from that senator who's going to write the articles on state reform. I sewed up that deal with him.
Wonderful. Say, that's quite a feather in your cap.
Oh, yeah. We almost lost him to the Evening Express, but I turned on the old charm, and who could resist me? Say, girls, would you do me a favor and stay off the phone for a little while? Because I'm expecting a very important call from the Senator Caldwell.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.